I appreciate you, bro. But this is our human form, you know what I'm saying? So it's not meant for us. Our life is a test. Let me start with that. Life is literally a test, right? It's a test for you we're all sinners, we know that. But the point is, we were forgiven by Jesus because Jesus died for our sins, right? Correct. All right, to understand that. But the point of that was because he went through the ultimate, basically, sacrifice, like nothing nobody can ever endure, go through, understand. Meanwhile, homie literally was back then healing people, doing things on command, power, like, and people still, like, especially even Jews try to harm him, crucify him, da-da-da-da-da. So think about that at the end of the day. So whenever you think about whatever, especially too, like Jesus says, if the world hates you, remember the world hated him first. And this was the man who did absolutely, literally, on purposely, no wrong, no sin, no nothing. Only way I can turn water into wine, do powers, heal broken bones, heal people, raise from the dead, raise people that were not even just himself. You can look in the Bible, but I forgot the girl's brother who was dead, and I think his name was Joseph, I want to say, but he raised him. He was dead for like what, 3 days, or like he was dead for like a week, and Jesus raised him again. He was doing all these things basically, right, for them to still crucify him, hate him, for what? Because it's the devil. Remember, at the end of the day, God did give the world to the devil because purposely, because of Adam and Eve and like all those things that happened. Hold on, I'm gonna make that point. Wait, I'm about to get leading, y'all. I got you. Hold on. Cause the point. Now, so I take that back. But think about it. Before I even go that part, let me run it back a little bit. Think about it. When the beginning of time, right? Adam, Eve, Eve listened to Satan, ate the apple. Adam's supposed to be the leader, listening to Eve, ate the apple too, caused, like, you know what I'm saying? Now they realized they were naked. They realized what sin was. Now they knew the difference between good and evil. We were not supposed to know what the hell evil was or whatever anything in this was, right? But that happened, And as time went on, what I'm about to say too is, hold on. And then as time went on, think about this too. Those biblical times that people want to think about, and to really get it into your mind, think about this. Those biblical times, bro, read your Old Testament. People used to sin. Say somebody back in those times, right? Went out, looked at a woman, and lusted over her, right? Hold on. God, I need y'all to hear this. Hold on. I don't want to make sure. I just want to make sure. Cause I can't hear it how y'all hearing it. So I just want to make sure. I'm screaming, but I just want to make sure. You feel me? There's so many kids with people were hunting early things because in the Bible it said that's when you're judged by your sins. You will only be judged. Being a good person, none of that stuff matters. Always be a good person, but that's bare minimum. Really bare minimum. You listen to him and do it. He go out doing good deeds. Like you were doing that, bitch. I don't know you. Like this dude. Back in biblical days, walking, he looked at bro. Either think about it, we got. You lost hundreds of times to be outside or and nigga to go kill a goat, all that, like had to, so it signify, because this wages signify that, so it more home out an eye. They dead type shit. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Hold on. Let's say that too, right? So let's say somebody stole, let's say you went to your freaking stolen candy, right? Because before Jesus died, they had to cut off your hand for that one, then to perish. Back then, in time, they could body part, go sacrifice, do it, please God, because of Abraham and other people. I understand, you can't be perfect. My son, that's why he says Jesus is God about it. You're doing, so don't try to, Jesus is God, Jesus and the Holy, God's powerful, so his energy and his so you gotta not hurt thing like that. Hurt people say this is a continuation anyway. I'm just talking because that Twitch stream, y'all basically just gonna see or whatever. I'm putting it on YouTube. This is a continuation. Piece it together. You know how we do. We edit. Easy peasy. Anyways, then that kind of did throw me off though. I'm not gonna lie. That did kind of throw me off. But damn, I hate when I do that, bro. I hate when I'm on it, and if I lose the flow, it's like I forget so easily, and I hate that. Alright, give me a second. Damn, I was just flowing. What the fuck? I dash forgot now. I was basically saying, like, if we were God focused. Damn, I'm so tight. I'm so tight right now. I was basically just saying if we were all mostly God focused and stuff like that, like it would just be more understandable. You know what I'm saying? That's all it basically would be. It just be more understandable. It's just personally just want it for yourself. I think that's good enough now, but or maybe not. But like, it's just you want it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't ever force. No, you can't force nobody, but it's an experience. That's all I can really say at the end of the day. Like, if you actually got the experience, once you actually have the experience, all of this makes more sense to you. You know what I'm trying to say? If you had it before or if you haven't yet, when you actually take the time to seek it and you actually witness true power and you understand all that, this makes sense more to you. If you're just listening right now just to like try to get an understanding, have the understanding, but then afterwards, dead ass, like whatever, think about probably your biggest problem, all right? In some type of way. I'll say that. Think about your biggest problem in some type of way. I want you today at least, dead ass, just pray about it, talk about whatever you guys say. I'm not gonna tell you what to say, whatever it is. Just think about your biggest problem. Whatever it is. It could be the most basic problem, simple. Nothing's basic for real. No problem is basic for real. Just pray about it, do what you do, but then ask God to dead ass show you something along the lines that would make me know you and never forget. Hold on. But then just purposely ask God to like, be like, all right, whatever it is, just pray about it today. You know what I'm saying? And then personally ask him, just like, after you pray about it, just be like, yo, just show me something that would purposely make me know it's you and that will help me with this. You know what I'm saying? And after that, after you do that, seek it. Like, it's not, that's why he said when you ask, you shall receive. After you seek it, then afterwards, just feel good about it. Just literally, after you're done, put yourself into like, he got it, he got me, it's gonna work out. Good mindset. Then go do something else right after and make yourself feel good. You know what I'm trying to say? Nothing bad. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to, let me phrase that. Don't do nothing bad, but like, go take a walk, go relax, go do something that's gonna make you feel, go soak your feet, something. Just relax. Just don't even, and then don't even think about it again. Don't think about the problem, don't think about nothing. Just don't think about it again. Relax, chill, and just go like, and then, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of the day. You feel me? And then just wake up tomorrow, just go to sleep with it. Just know, and before you go to sleep, just know God got you. It's handled, cool. And then the next day when you wake up, or even if you got somewhere else to go today, I would say like, just, you have to like seek, like know the problem. I'm saying, I'm not trying to say don't worry about it. Like, I'm telling you, don't worry about putting in God's hand. Just be like, yo, he got me, it's cool. But then like, seek like, what would you like? Like, what relates to you in your life? Or just think about your life, or just something that can like, what would make this happen? Like, what perfect way, not necessarily perfect way, but like, what around right now could somehow possibly just make this happen? Like, I'm telling you, you'll find it in some way. It would be, you might go speak to somebody, they might tell you exactly something. You're like, why didn't I think of that? You know what I'm saying? It could be somebody telling you something. It could be, you could be watching something, the next thing you know, it's just something. Or God could purposely just, so some people, I don't know, I'm not saying everybody, whatever, purposely just personally deliver something to you. Like, it could be something that just changes. You know what I'm saying? It just, seek it though. Like, don't be closed-minded to it. Like, know the problem, but don't worry about it. Leave it to God, but then just keep your mind open to everything you do after that, and just watch how the answers just get right in front of your face, and you're like, whoa. And it could be, it don't have to be just a problem, it could be about anything. Or if you just want simply just to be like, yo, God, show me something that once I see this, or this happens or something, there's no way I will ever be able to deny you or not know you're real again. You know what I'm saying? And after you do that, just let it be and just seek it. And then when you see it, it's gonna happen. I promise you, guarantee you, it's gonna happen. And once it happens, you're gonna feel it, you're gonna know, you're gonna be like, whoa. And after that, stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Go forward. Read a little Bible, a little bit more every day. Just try to do better every day. The purpose is to try to do better every day, but then you have the sincerity, you experience him, so now you know it's real and it's what's up. So now you really want to be like, damn, okay, I want to do right by you. So then you just live, you just keep going forward, and you just, you know what I mean? And then you just live and you just see it, and then he does what he does, and it's just, that's it. But then you just hold on to that. But then don't be a hypocrite and be like, every 2 seconds, trying to be like, ah, show me, like, you can keep praying and keep talking to him, but sincerely try to seek what you need, and sincerely, like, like, try to just make sure you're doing better, because he will give it to you, he will let it handle it, will happen, it will be cool, and you'll be chilling, and don't stress it. And just, since he got you, don't think like, okay, I need it right now today. Like, keep going with your life, because then you'll see how things get easier. You could be hoping for money or something crazy, and then you got a bill that's coming up in 2 days or something. Yo, don't worry about it. Like, just keep it down. Know he got you. Keep living your life. Feel good. That bill might come. You still don't got whatever you need. Don't stress it. Like, literally, just keep it pushing. Focus on what you gotta do. Keep trying to do what you gotta do. Watch him, and then just watch. Like, for some, you're gonna start seeing things. Like, one, it wasn't even that serious that you didn't have to pay it necessarily on time or whatever, or either at the right time or like right after. Just something, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to give you too much. It's just something that, I just promise you. It's just, you just don't pray about it and ask to see it and then doubt it. That's the worst way. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to cancel out. That's why a lot of people try and then they don't experience it and then they get upset and they get mad. Because the point is, you're not supposed to pray or you're not supposed to pray and then ask for it or trust in God and then doubt it. You're supposed to literally believe it. Remember, and the only way that helps people understand that more is you have to understand that you could think of the most superhero movie, the most cartoon, whatever, the most powerful, whatever you could think of. He is real life. He made us. He is the most powerful of it all. You know what I'm trying to say? So just allow it to just let him do it in the perfect time. He will always do it for you in the perfect time. You just have to be sincere and don't doubt him because he will get, it's not a way. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you really put it, it's 1, 2, 3, easy, simple as that. You know what I mean? So it's not, it's hard because it's just, you could be by yourself. You could be, you know what I'm saying, just alone. You feel like you're alone or like you don't have somebody that understands the same way as you, or just take the road for yourself. And when you understand and you see it, everything will change past that point. It's just literally just pray about it, whatever you need, or like just think about it, ask for it. Don't forget about it. You got to seek it. Remember, be open-minded. Just find it and it will come to you, but don't stress it. Just know he got you and just enjoy the rest of your day. Like as you're seeking it, keep yourself happy. Like do something that's going to keep you happy. Whether it could be music. Where's your happy place? You didn't say, for instance, mine is music. Like, it don't matter where I am, what I'm doing, what time it is, no matter what. If I put music in, I'm happy, I'm enjoying it, I love music. Like, that's just my sincere happy place. And then you got to think positive thoughts. You got to just keep yourself going forward. Don't focus too hard and don't keep thinking about like, God got me, you're going to keep doing this. Once you pray about it, it's good, you know he got you. Seriously believe and have faith that like he got me, he's good. Don't worry about it again. Then after that, go do something happy, keep yourself good, and think about many things. And then think about maybe when you get that blessing, so many positive things you'll do or what will happen and stuff like that. And then you'll be like, you know what I'm saying? But don't just keep away from doubting whatever you ask for, whatever you necessarily just waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Or what you're waiting for. Because think about it, everybody's in the same boat. We're all people. We're all the same boat. Everybody can experience the same things. It's just there's certain levels and it just takes time. And God's not the type of dude, remember, he's the all-powerful being. He's not going to give it to you immediately. Some things, yes, 100%. But some things he's purposely making you wait a little bit or testing you just so it can grow within you. Because then when he gives it to you, you're going to be like, wow, I really waited. I really actually was faithful on him. Even though it didn't happen right away, I was actually faithful and he still gave it to me. Like, then that showed, you know what I'm saying? Then you think about throughout that time while you were waiting, how you were happy this moment, how you were focused on this. You weren't stressing, you weren't worried about this. You found something new to do. And then you appreciate things more. And that makes you, it's just a snowball effect. And you just feel appreciative, you're happy, you keep going. And it's just a snowball effect. And then after that, you just keep growing and growing and growing and growing. Next thing you know, you're experiencing crazy things. And then you're on missions, you're doing things. And then you start really seeing what life is truly about. And you're like, wow, okay, it really is different. You know what I'm saying? And then you just have to help other people see it too by just spreading it. Either by sharing your experience. Either experiencing your experience, spreading your experience. Or just spreading the gospel, just to try to teach people in your own way. Because not everybody could probably listen to me necessarily. Or not everybody speaks English. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So some people need it in different ways. You feel me? So it's like, you just have to, wherever you get it from, wherever you feel it, wherever you understand it from, take that, keep building yourself with it, and then keep moving. But then after you experience it, you have to remember that at the end of the day, a lot of people do not experience it and they're not on that same wavelength and they never have. So they might not even try to believe you, even if it's full proof and it's right there. They still won't. They'll try to deny because they're mad, because maybe some people might even get mad at you because now they see you really experience it. You're telling them what it is. I experienced it too. You'll do something straight from God. You'll tell people about it. And because they never experienced something like that, next thing you know, now they're mad at you. Now they're pushing away from you. But then that could be God also keeping them away from you because you're growing now. So he needs to separate them from you because now they're going to try to bring you back down. Literally. And because you got to remember, life is a journey. You got to think about too, and then you got to think about the life in general. There's people out here right now that have the worst relationships with their parents, the worst, anything you think you're going through right now, there's always somebody going through something worse that's even happier than you. So it's like, even if you're finally experiencing God and you love it, understand people may leave your life because after that, because now it's not meant for them to be in their life, or they were just there to test you in certain ways, or whatever, or they need to find it somewhere else, or it's not meant for you, you know what I'm saying? And then you have to focus at the end of the day, the goal is to get to heaven. Remember that. After all this is done, get to heaven. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, solidify your spot, you feel me? That's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, if you know your spot is solidified, you're going to be walking around chilling, happy to talk to anybody. Somebody might be going through something, God will use you to speak to you. Once again, like I told y'all, and then also, you must get saved. And on top of that, after you experience it, you have to get saved, because being saved is putting on the full armor of God. Because once again, like I said, we're in human form, and there is a spiritual world, there is evil, and we know the opposite of evil is good. There's God. You know there's demons, you know there's spirits, there's people that you can look it up. People experience ghosts. Everybody knows ghosts is real. People know spirits are real. They know back then they were doing witchcraft and all that type of stuff. So you gotta understand there's a lot of things you can't see. You know what I'm trying to say? And a lot of things that are getting exposed now, rituals and things that are saying, and things in melodies. Let's think about, oh my God, once again, there's so many things to talk about. But let's talk about, for one thing, like music. People with music, right? Think about back then, mermaids, right? Mermaids back then, proven fact, scientifically, all that stuff, but they use melodies to lure like sailors, lure people with their beautiful voice and their melody to kill them, right? So in music, there's a lot of Satan worshipers, there's a lot of all that. So yes, when they say music is bad, you gotta be careful what you listen to. It's not just the words. It's literally you singing the words and the melody of it. You don't know what melody it is, because give me a melody of the devil, and then you're singing, you're basically maybe singing a melody cursing at God. So think about concerts. You have a whole stage of people, crowd of people singing your song, but you're a Satan worshiper. So the melody you're singing, you're making them singing it without them even knowing what's going on. And now you have a whole crowd of people basically cursing at God in heaven. Because remember, one of God's favorite ways is to be praised is by song. So that's why you have to listen to church music. You feel it, it's the energy in it, and it is what it is. So on the devil's side, he knows what to do, what is wrong. He knows what melodies to put in things. He knows what to do. So then, when you're singing it, you might be singing a song because you like it and all that, but you don't understand when you're singing it, you are literally being deceived and you're literally cursing at God for it. You know what I'm trying to say? So, I know my brother. So, you know what I'm trying to say? So then, it's, yeah. Oh, there you go. My fault. So then, yeah, but that also goes for that. It's also about the melody and music and stuff like that. But that's what I'm saying. So that's why we all have to do better at the end of the day. So that's what I say, for especially majority of the music that we hear and stuff like that, do not even repeat it anymore. Yes, we all have to do better and try to listen and do better music and have better music and stuff like that, but do not even listen to it and try to even like repeat it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what you're repeating, you don't know what it is. Especially like I said, even the last Super Bowl we just had, there was a whole ritual going on to where, I don't know his name, but he was literally dressed up in a devil costume, promoting negativity, promoting LGBTQ, like the whole lifestyle. But it's a ritual within these higher ups. And when you get deeper into it, now celebrities are exposing. Now a lot of celebrities are exposing like these, not just Illuminati stuff like that, but it's a type of rituals that they do in these higher ups, what certain people do, what's going on. So you don't know what you're seeing. It's gonna be things you're seeing that you don't know what they're putting into you. That's why it's a phone, the things you watch. It's all deeper than that. It's deeper than our understanding. Because then when you think about God, the most all-powerful being and what it is, you gotta understand that there is ways to deceive people and the way to do things, not just by what we see. Like I said, it's about everything you can't see. It's about everything you can see does not matter. It's about everything you can't see that matters. Everything you can see doesn't come with you, nor does it matter. But the stuff you can't see, like love, energy, all that type of stuff, that's what they use to get into. Think about it. When somebody says something and you feel it with God, or you can get somebody, when you get angry, that's energy. When you feel love, that's energy. When you feel like, when you speak to somebody in a certain way, they calm down, it's energy. So it's like, they know what to use. They know what to do and know how to deceive people and know people will follow anything because of social media. People just want to live and they push the big ego lifestyle. They push materialism, and God's a jealous God. So people idolize things like stones. People want to idolize, or they want to, basically everybody wants to kind of become God in their own ways because they want to have the most power through money, between status, between all these things that don't matter. And that's why they push it so hard, because they want everybody to drift away from God and think they have it under control themselves and all that. But literally at the end of the day, no matter what, you gotta always remember, that's why you have to stay focused on God every day, because no matter what happens, energy is real. So when everything, remember the law of attraction, any scientist, anybody and everybody believes the law of attraction, right? But either way, there's a good and there's a bad. So either way, whatever your intentions are, God and the devil can bless the same way, because it says in the Bible too, the devil can literally act as God to deceive you. So if you're not following commandments, if you're not listening, if you're doing the wrong stuff and all that, and then you're being blessed in a certain way. Hold on. I don't want to forget. Hold on. It's loud. Hold on. Oh, nice. You turn off the siren. See, that's what I'm saying. When you talking about God, they stop it. But what you call it? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Once they hear the word of God, bro, they turn it off. See, now you go back on it. But yeah, like I was saying, but I'm not gonna mess up and figure out what I was saying. Cause it's important stuff. Let me just read. What you can see. Okay, yeah. So facts. So it's all about what you can see and you can't see. So basically, when it comes to the energy and stuff like that, and they try to push about all the stuff that the devil's goal is always to push what God doesn't like. You know what I'm saying? Once again, like I said before, the devil was in heaven. He was one of God's angels, and he got kicked out. So he knows exactly what God likes, what he doesn't like. And on top of that, anything the devil does, think about how powerful God is. Now listen to this. The devil can still deceive people or hurt people, do whatever, but he literally still has to go through God. The devil still can't do nothing to nobody without talking to God first. You know what I'm trying to say? So think about that. So even the devil, he still has his power, but he still can't do nothing without even going through God. And only reason God will allow it is because sometimes either teach you something or because you haven't been listening to him for so long. So he allows the devil to take you, or he allows this and third, but you're always proving and testing him. So he's going to always try to push the things that go against him. So that's why everybody nowadays with the big ego, because in the Bible too, he says ego goes before a man, pride also too, like, you know what I'm saying, passion, all these things. But think about nowadays, because of social media, because of everything, everybody has big egos. Everybody wants to be known as somebody. Everybody wants, instead of just spreading love and everybody remember we're all one and we're from the Father God, we're all God's kids. Everybody wants to be some type of image. Everybody wants to be some type of powerful, you know what I'm trying to say? So then they forget, and then you're just putting yourself in a deeper spot, because at the same time, people don't understand that things necessarily happen in weird ways. And I'm in an area too where, I don't know, when you got real power, it's different, bro. It's just, you gotta see in different ways. That's why I do things in real life. But I'm sorry for getting a little off track, because my other phone died. So I'm on this phone now. My notes is on there, so I'm trying to just go off of whatever I feel right now before I pack it up. But just main story I want to say from this is just be careful of everything you don't see. You know what I'm trying to say? Between words, between feelings, between energy, between all of it, because it all matters, it all makes sense. And a lot of people, the only reason they keep acting the way they're acting is because something didn't happen to them right now. And I understand, because even sometimes God can even use people. You can be the most evilest person, and God can still have you alive and still be using you to bless the right person. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go through your life being the most evilest person, being blessed by the devil. Okay, see, that's why you got to keep talking. Now I remember what I was going to say. Because just like I said, how between either way, whatever comes into your life, good, bad, whatever the heck is going on, it's either from the devil or the God. It's no in between. There's nothing else. So if you really, really want $1 million and you want it, you have faith you're going to have it, but you're not following no commandments, you're still lying, you're committing sin every day, you might still get it. Having that, and the law of attraction is basically really believing what you want, feeling it, understanding it, but it's all energy. So either way, so if you're not living right, the devil will give it to you, but at the end of the day, you don't know what destruction that's going to cause in the end. Plus you're basically solidifying your spot in hell. Because at the end of the day, we all know every day is not promised. Like, that's what one thing people think. Everybody just wants to keep themselves distracted with things because they can't think about it. But as soon as you talk to anybody about death, or you think about anybody about God, they get nervous, they get that uncomfortable feeling, because they know they're not saved, they know they're not sanctified. But it's not hard. It's just you focus on God, and you live right by him, you get saved, you do what you do, and just live your life and have fun. Like, because at the end of the day, no matter what, I don't care if you're scared or not about it, nobody's here forever. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, none of this stuff comes with us. At the end of the day, like, we all have a time. Hopefully, we all hope it's a long-lasting life. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But still, at the end of the day, we all know we're not here at the end of the day. So why would you not be focused on where you go after this? You know what I'm saying? And then I get it. And then there's so many debates and people, there's so many things to believe in and so many other things. But that's the point that they're trying to keep. Let me keep you with this. So to sum it up, because I talk about the Muslims too and stuff like that. Because where right now, the top two grossing religions right now is Christianity and Muslim. Christianity is at the top, but Muslim is becoming the top grossing, because being a Muslim is basically the devil's religion. You know what I'm saying? Because to explain everything, Christianity, when you look it up, the facts, everything, it came first. You know what I'm trying to say? So it came first, regardless. So and even if you're trying to find the truth in any way, you should always seek the truth, right? You should always seek the main source. So regardless, Christianity came first, right? So let's say that's the source. Okay, cool. But the one when I explain to the Muslim side, the reason people go to be on the Muslim side is because of the main reason is the 4 wives thing. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's the only real reason, because they both have the same exact morals and rules. You know what I'm saying? So the devil, think about his plan now. Because think about it. He's a very powerful dude, but at the same time, his job is to deceive people. And he has to, and for most people, the majority of people, he only has to do the most simplest thing, because people are small-minded and they just focus on themselves and focus on the simple things. So it's easy to deceive them for real. You know what I'm trying to say? So, because when it comes to the Muslim thing, his religion is the same thing as the Bible. They believe basically in the same thing, but they believe in Allah, which is not God. So according to the Bible, Blasphemy is the one unforgivable sin. So when it's dead and gone, if you commit blasphemy and all that other stuff, that's the one unforgivable sin. That's the one thing God's not forgiving, right? And then sexual immorality is the one sin you sin against your own body. Every other sin is serious too, but those are the two top sins they try to promote the most. That's the sin that's gonna ultimately keep you down. So when you come to the Muslim side, people join that side more because one, the devil, you got people in Dubai, you have a lot of people that, it's also because of the way they act. Think about it. Because in this world right now, like think about an Arab or a Muslim or whatever, you see how they act. You talk any bad about a Muslim or their religion, they will, how Christians should be too, they will destroy your whole thing upside down, turn your whole life upside down if you disrespect the Muslim, right? How Christians should be too. But because we're not, people see it as a joke, so they join that side. And then they say, oh, we can have 4 wives too, cool. But when it comes to it, in the Quran, it's the same thing. So in the Quran, they preach that one, Allah is God, which is blasphemy, because remember, God's a jealous God, so you're not supposed to worship any other God. They believe that Jesus is the prophet, not the son of God, which is literally blasphemy. So if you die believing Jesus is not God, that is blasphemy. That's a guaranteed spot in hell. No matter what good work you did, it's over with. And they also believe the Holy Spirit is an angel and not God as well. So it's only, so think about it. Everything else is the same, but the only things that are blasphemy, considered blasphemy, that's what the Quran changed to make you believe that. You know what I'm trying to say? And because the devil, and because of how he works and he activates, he can use people too, he makes them go so much harder for him because this is his world. So people are going to go harder for him and his materialistic and stuff like that. So they go harder than Christians. And think about it, Christianity is the only religion right now that they joke about on like Family Guy. They joke about and shows they make jokes about, because the devil, and that's still the top religion. So the devil's going to make sure his is the top grossing and the most like understood, but then they're going to make sure, he's going to make sure that the right way is a joke, because it's going to make people think, okay, if I have to choose between Christianity and Muslim, why would I choose Christianity when most Christians are lukewarm or not real Christians? They joke about it. Why would they want to be that side? You know what I'm trying to say? But that's the whole point. Because the devil, and then on top of that, and then they're like, on the Muslim side, it's the same thing. I can have 4 wives and more people take it seriously. But that's how easy it is to deceive, because it's harder to be on this side. It's harder to be on the right way. That's the whole point. So, and at the end of the day, for anybody to even us, and I understand people can say a lot of things. People can say a lot of things and do a lot of whatever they gotta say. But as soon as you tell people, no matter what they think or care about, Christianity came first. And that's oh shit. And that's always gonna be a proven fact. It's like you have no other argument after that. Like there's nothing else you could really necessarily say. After that, they're just trying to deny it from themselves because of whatever they're believing to. But you have to understand there's people out there that were raised in it. So it's like, how do you tell somebody that? How can somebody grow up all their life thinking 2 + 2 is 5, and now when it's time to tell them 2 + 2 is 4, how do you expect them to really react to that? You know what I'm trying to say, when it comes to the Muslim side? And then when it comes to people that never experienced God or are still confused, how do you expect them to really believe it without having the experience? Because Muslims are the same like Christians. They have experience. It's just not from the right person. And then most people don't have experience, so they don't choose either side. So at the end of the day, you always have to have the experience. So, but at the end of the day, you have to have more people talking about it, more people showing it. And nowadays, you need people to show. People nowadays need to see it, literally, through words, through actions, through special things. But it's all in timing. Hold on, give me a second. Loud truck. Well, it shouldn't be that loud. Y'all should still hear me for real. But yeah, I think I hit that on the T. I think I hit it on the T. Let me just make sure, because y'all know me. I'm not one of these fake ass. I wasn't talking like this. I was always getting closer to God and do what I had to do. But I wasn't talking like this, let's say 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But it's after my experiences, things, understanding my purpose, understanding more and more and more going forward. It, like, you get to this point. So like I said, most Christians and most lukewarm Christians, whatever they do, you have a lot of them that still stray. Because like they say, even in church, you might have the evilest people in church that say they're Christian, they still doing things. Because people will praise God one day, say this and third, or most people will pray to God today, say in the morning, and then as soon as they stop, they go lie. And soon the next word comes out their mouth is a lie, which is a sin. They go have sex again. They go do this. And then they're not. That's why they can't show it. That's why when you try to debate them, a lot of them can't speak about it. They can't give you real examples. They can't really show you because they're not fully committed, and that's even worse. You know what I'm trying to say? So there's a lot of lukewarm Christians, and that's why it's the way it is. And it's not. And I'm trying to show people that's not that serious. The only way, and especially for the younger kids, and nowadays for the world, they're trying to get after us younger ones for the most part, because this is the ones who's gonna lead the next, however long else is on earth. But that's who leads the next. That's why now they're trying to use the LGBTQ to push pedophilia. Like they said, okay, we normalize LGBTQ. Like, okay, that's cool. But now the next phase is to push pedophilia. That's why they're bringing kids around these gay parades. That's why they're now saying that, that's why they're allowing, especially at these parades, people to be half naked and men with their penises out around kids, and you got people thinking it's okay because everyone wants to be accepted instead of just having the truth. Because people just want to live how they want to live and have the control. But the hard part about being a Christian or even a Muslim at the end of the day is the fact that people, majority, like I said before, in the Bible it says majority is going to hell regardless. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, it's going to be hard regardless, because you be telling people all the right things, but until they have that experience, they're not going to understand it. So one, you have to keep this, you have to keep doing this, because they'll hear it, you're planting the seeds, cool. And then when they go try to actually experience it, now they experienced it, now they can recollect it, they can understand, now they start applying everything. But you have to keep on it, bro, because at the end of the day, if you're not doing your part, you're not good either. Because there's a lot of people there's a lot of Christians right now to this day too, that you might be good, not sinning, doing a lot of things, but at the end of the day, you're still not spreading the word of God. You're still not helping people, because that's still ego to you. You're still like, well, I'm good, so I don't care about the rest of the people. When at the end of the day, we're all here together trying to build a better world at the end of the day in heaven. But once again, you gotta remember, since the majority is the majority and it is what it is. My fault, I had a thought, but I kind of lost it a second ago. Because the majority is the majority, and it still is what it is. The goal is just to bring the majority to the minority. That's all the purpose of life now is too. And you do that through your purpose, whatever your talent is. And just to find your purpose, you need to just, I honestly like to say, think about when you were a kid and just what was that dream thing, that most thing you would want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the thing that interests you the most? And then in some way, in what you can genuinely every day do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have no problem, you can do it at any time, chilling. Like, it could be you can be multi-talented, whatever. But at the end of the day, you always relate it and tie it back to, how can I use this purpose to bring people back to God? No matter what your talent is, no matter what you're gifted at, no matter what the purpose is, the end of the goal of everybody's purpose is everybody has a different way, because everybody has different stories. Because I'll be able to talk to people or relate to somebody because of my experience more than this person can. But because of this person's experience, they could relate to these people. So it's like, everybody has their own purpose and mission, because it leads you to different places. Hence why it's a big world. You're not supposed to stay here. I'm not saying you can't be comfortable where you're at, but go do what you need to do, focus on God, do more, and then go travel the world, go do more, but stick with your purpose and go do it to spread it, because it's a big world. You're not meant to stay in one place. Doesn't mean you have to move and go somewhere, but it's like, know what you want to do with your life and what makes you happy and what your purpose is. And when you know your purpose, you're going to love doing it all the time. So then you use it, and then you go out into the world and you just show people. But then when you actually have the power of God and stuff, you're not scared of people. You're not scared of consequences. You're not scared of whatever. Because at the end of the day, I might be able to go to somebody. I've already done it. I could go to some places some people can't go, because it's just my energy. I can protect myself in certain ways. Okay, I can protect myself in certain ways to be able to to be able to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go in there and like talk to people, or like if sometimes you get something that's emotional to where you might start speaking to them and talking to them about it. They want to debate you, people get mad, or you might hit something that God puts in your mind and just like that, and then you hit it with them, and then they get mad, and they might want to pop on you, nigga, for whatever the reason is. But then you're gonna have to defend yourself. You're just gonna have to go through. You're gonna handle it, and you might have to. That might be the only way to save that person. If you don't do it, who's going to? And then on top of that, like I said about the whole good deeds and stuff like that, the point at the end of the day, like I said, if you're a good person, that's not getting you in heaven. It says in the Bible too, like, people that say they're a good person, all that stuff, okay, cool. That's the bare minimum. So it's like, if you're a good person, okay, cool, great for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're all supposed to do. You're always supposed to have love, be a good person. But it doesn't matter. It's for when God tells you what to do. Because if I'm a good person, and I can go give I can give homeless people money, I can go spread love, do what I do. But if God tells me to go talk to this specific person right here, and because you're fearful or you don't feel like it or whatever, you don't do it, when it's time to get judged, God's going to just talk about that one moment. He's going to like, I don't care about everything else you did. I told you to do this and you didn't do it. And then what? You know what I'm trying to say? And then what? So it's like, it's just deeper. And then when you understand that, you just go out into the world with love. You just understand it differently. And then you know where you can go. You know what to do. And then on top of that, just to keep yourself. And the main thing too, to how to even listening, even to hear God more so too, is you have to keep yourself in a positive mindset, keep yourself elevated, keep yourself knowledgeable, keep yourself and all that. You know what I'm trying to say? Keep yourself knowledgeable, and that's what makes it more expensive. Stop feeding your mind bullshit. Stop lusting over women all day. Stop. You can have your fun times, and make sure majority of your day, if you're not working, doing what you gotta do, you're actually gaining knowledge. You're actually something beneficial in the most part. You know what I'm trying to say? Stop wasting time with stuff, because it's the whole point to keep you slow, keep you dumb. And then because of all the social media and people with short attention spans, you get angry fast. You're not, like the Bible says, you're supposed to be slow to get angry. You should just be out here with love, doing what you gotta do. And when you keep yourself in a positive mindset and you keep yourself elevated, you want to do more things. Now you're like, all right, let me go do something I want to do. And then when you go do something more you want to do, you might have situations and places to do things. You know what I'm trying to say? Like right now, like even today, I was just out chilling. I did a lot of things today, but I'm just in a positive mindset and I have energy. I didn't want to go do something fun, but I'm like, let me go outside. I want to ride my bike. I got a dirt bike. I'm like, I want to ride my bike, but like, I don't really want to just ride. I want to go somewhere, but I don't necessarily want to do something. So I'm like, let me just go ride. Like, this is my not passion. This is like a gift. This is something God told me. This is something I'm good at. It's something I have. I can set this up and talk like this, because at the end of the day, not to ever be cocky and how it be, but like, that's another thing with me. I don't ever speak on anybody. I don't compare myself to nobody. I don't speak to nobody. I have my experiences, and when I talk, I speak through my experience and who I am. So sometimes it's gonna make me sound cocky or whatever the heck, but it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. If you relate to it, you relate to it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you can maybe apply it to your life and you can understand it differently. Because then when I leave, I'm gonna still have a great ass day, do what I do. And then still get money. I can still get girls, do what I do, but I'm not trying to. So even right now, like I talked to y'all about before, I know niggas with 300 bodies and all that stuff, but when it comes to bodies, 130. When it comes to head, probably freaking like 200, no cap. But it's like throughout time, and I just turned 25. So when it comes to like now, when I'm like focused, like understanding how much of a waste of time that is, understanding like when I walk around, no girl I see really is like something I haven't had or care. So it's like, it doesn't interest me. Like I need to see something different. I need to see a mindset. Like it was to the point where it got so bad where it was like, no matter what I did, no matter how long I was waiting or what, I could have the baddest freaking short. It doesn't matter. Me here today, nigga. And I never usually have to wait a week. The baddest today, smasher today is lit. As soon as you nut, yeah, y'all know post-nut clarity, but it was bad. Like it gets to a point where it was like, you don't want to hear them speak. If you don't have feelings for them, you don't want to hear them speak. You're like, okay, you need to get out of here. Like you're kind of getting angry. It doesn't matter what it is. As soon as it's done, but then as soon as you're horny again, like that's when you entertain, because it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're messing with girls, obviously it's fun. Like, we like that. When you're horny, like your mind's, because you gas them up. You don't care how stupid they sound. You don't care what they do. You don't care what they say. You just want to entertain, smash, and then after you're done, get the fuck out of my face, like type shit. Like they could be cool, but if you don't. But the main point is like, I learned if you don't have the actual like them or actually have the feelings, it makes no sense. Because no matter what, we can all have sex. When you think about it, they're all the same at the end of the day. Pussy feels the same. Oh, it feels great and it's cool, but it's just we like, since as men, we're naturally programmed to just be horny. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's us. Like it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? So when that happens, it's like you have it and then you see a different ass, you see titties, you see all that other stuff, you see ass, you see titties, and it doesn't matter for you. You know what I'm trying to say? So then it's like, all right, cool. But then when you actually like them, it's like it's a whole different experience. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's literally like, it's always gonna feel great. It's always gonna be cool. But then after you nut, you don't care about the bitch. Let me not say that. You don't care about the shorty as much. It's like, okay, whatever. You see something different, you're ready to go. But then when you actually have feelings for one, it's like, it doesn't matter. It feels better than whatever the heck. It feels better than, whatchamacallit, it feels better than any person you could be with any time. And it's just a different. And then you actually, after you're done, you actually like to talk to them. You actually want to talk to them. You actually want to be around them. It's a different thing, because the whole point to have your person that you like, and the person that your reason to have one, is because when you nut, it's literally, think about it, your soul is here. We all feel it. That gut feeling, we all have God. It's your soul is feeling. When you nut, it's basically your spirit dripping out. You're dripping life force out of you. So that's why you feel drained, you feel relaxed. It's like, and the purpose of the woman, when you like them and when you get married in a soul tie, and that's why they say it's soul ties, that's why you have to be careful what you attract to yourself. Because the soul tie can want you and you got that soul tie, when you release, her energy replenishes you. That's the whole point of it, is to replenish each other, so you never feel drained, so you're never wasting. That's the point. That's why, one, you're not supposed to have sex out of marriage, and two, if you jerk off, it's considered selfish, because you're just literally wasting it and there's no point to it. But then it's more selfish because if you're not married or like genuinely liking the person, I'm not trying to just say genuinely like the person. Woo. Copy, understood. I just got a call from somebody, I don't know what to do, but we gonna be calling and we on it though. You never know what can happen, bro. Literally never can know. But yeah, but basically it's just like, you need to have that, because when you start thinking about it, it just drains you. It makes you feel different. It's just not, and then you don't. And then once again, about everything you can't see, the soul ties you make, yes, it feels great and it's cool. But at the same time, think about this though. Think about this. Being horny or all that stuff, it's not like you have to pee or poop. It's not like when you have to pee, you have to get it out. If you that horny, you that stop thinking about it, it goes away. Nigga, like you actually don't realize how easy it is to go away. It's just that once you have a thought, it's just like negative thoughts. Once you have a thought, you linger it, and then it becomes more, it gets deeper, and then you start, you know what I'm saying? It gets deeper, and then you're stuck. And now, next, an hour's going by, and you're thinking negative. You don't know what you're attracting to yourself within that, and about everything you can't see, just like soul ties. You literally, if we could see, the reason we can't see in the spiritual world, and the reason also too why God wouldn't show himself in true form, because if you could see it, everything would be changed. You know what I'm saying? If we could actually look up right now in the spiritual world and see demons flying around, look up in the stars, because in the Bible it says heaven is in the stars. You know what I'm saying? So when you look in the sky, you're literally looking at it. So when they say Jesus come back, all that and stuff, you think about that. When he said Jesus come back and all that stuff, homie is right there, like literally right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like we would all think it's far away. It's just because we can't see it, but angels are literally looking at it. They're right there, nigga. It's just you can't see it for real, you feel me? So anyways, like I was saying, that's why I say it's just deeper. So when you actually start understanding the deeperness of life and you research it, and nowadays how they're throwing celebrities, rituals, like nowadays because they're literally throwing everything in our face now between robots, AI, CGI, sexual immoralities, more, they're pushing sex hard, LGBTQ, all the evil stuff, the rituals, they're explaining it. Celebrities are more coming out now explaining certain things, certain parties is happening, certain things, like everything that was being thrown in your face. The only reason they're now throwing it in your face hard body is because we're so deep in it, there's nothing you can do about it. So the only thing you can do now is actually save yourself. And not just save yourself, but save everybody you can around you, you know what I'm saying? Because who knows if tomorrow they lock us down again and then nobody comes to freak outside. Who the hell knows, you know what I'm saying? Then what? You don't have time to be wasting to not do what you gotta do. And I get it's scary sometimes to maybe go out, but you gotta remember at the end of the day, people are people, and people don't care at the end of the day for real. Like, you can come out, I can come out here and just start doing crazy stuff, and people are not gonna really care necessarily, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, nobody really does, but at the same time, everybody loves something different in the day. Like, even right now, if you guys watching, like, somebody could be chilling, mindful. We don't know who's just chilling, just wants to listen to this, needed this, or maybe it'll spark something later, but it's just for you to, like, people always want something different in their day, so be you, use your purpose, use whatever it is, or maybe just speak to somebody. You just don't know who it is. And when you think about people in general, you see what you see on the outside. But at the end of the day, when you all think about the inside, everybody's really chill. Everybody's very loving. Everybody's cool. It just, we maybe look mean, maybe just not having a good day. Like, it's just whatever. But and then you don't know what's going on from other people. Even with females too. Like, let's say sometimes even like to give more confidence to men too. If you, okay, I know everybody's trying, but I know there's a lot of people that's still watching too. Like, you're still maybe gonna still have sex and do stuff like that. I'm not saying it's right, but you're trying, you're understanding more, you maybe research it more, and then you'll learn later. But even when it comes to other men that's trying to maybe go get girls, stuff like that, even if you get dubbed, you gotta remember there's so many reasons to the point where, like, even if, you gotta remember too, like, certain, especially with me and I have the experience and like know what I know, and I have many conversations with females, yo, some females dead ass get pulled up on, because remember, we're all dudes and you don't know what's going on. We'll get pulled up in like, no cap, like 10 times within 7 minutes, nigga. So she could just find attractive, but she could just be tired of it and just decide to not, because it's just in her head. She gets the attention all the time. So like, you can't ever be mindful. They can actually be in relationships, or they're emotional creatures, so like they're feeling it. So don't ever, just be you. You never know if even just you being a fun spirit and talking, she might not want, but like she needed that. She might remember you, or like you just keep going, like just don't care about things. Or even with people in general, like somebody could just be having a bad day. You just don't know for many things. It's just like, just don't, as long as you're just loving and having fun doing you, and you know who you are, nothing's that is gonna matter, nigga. Because like, you know you're fun, you know you're cool, you know you're a good person, you know you're loving, you know whatever it is. It's like, who cares, nigga? Like, sometimes like if something just, but I get it too, some people probably think like, okay, but how would I do certain, like, what if I want to, but I don't know how? Like, trust God. Like, when you focus on God and you just, a random thought comes to your head, bro, start practicing it. Like, who cares? Like, if you're walking down the street, like, you're like, all right, I want to do something different today. You know what I'm saying? Let me just go, maybe, but you don't know what to do. Maybe instead of driving to the store, walk to the store, and then on your way to walk into the store, you might just see somebody, then a random thought might come into your head. Just do it. Like literally, just like Nike, like I said again, like there's so many little meanings that mean something big that we don't understand. But like Nike, just do it. Like it's dead ass more than that. Obviously we understand to just do it, but it's nothing more than that. Like just do it. Don't care about the consequences if you're doing nothing. If you're not doing anything wrong and anything bad, don't care about the consequences. Like live life, nigga. Like it doesn't matter. You can do it, and then you can do it in other states, other places. If you have friends that's with you, do it with your friends, nigga. You don't know. And sometimes some people, you might be scared to do some things by yourself or might not be as confident yet. But if you're with your friends and it helps, nigga, just go outside, just have a good day, just doing something. Maybe go smoke your little weed, go chill and all that. And everybody that passes by, you just be like, yo, I love you, have a great day, And just be chilling, because you don't know, maybe that person just moved here and they're scared of people around, they don't know what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes them feel better. You don't know what anything ever means. Just, if you know you're focused on God, doing right, and you have good intentions, and you're chilling, remember, you never know anybody's intentions. So that's why when you feel things, no, you never know. People can, especially nowadays, fake love is the most absurd, like probably promoted going on thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who cares? And because a lot of people are cowards, a lot of people are fake, a lot of people are sneaky, all that stuff. It doesn't. Who cares? At the end of the day, if you have good intentions, you just do you, nigga. At the end of the day, you're gonna feel better when you go home and you're chilling. You're gonna be relaxed. You're gonna be chilling. You're gonna be straight. You're gonna be alright. You're gonna be good. You know what I'm trying to say? And then on top of that, it just comes to, even sometimes it comes to more things and more like and more just situation. It just comes to like more situations and stuff like that. And then everybody has different things that they can do. Maybe you're better at doing something to help somebody else. Maybe you can do something that's different. Maybe you're good at dancing. Just go outside, dance with your people. You never know who just wants to chill out and just watch it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never know. Or shit, I don't know. Like maybe like you just a type of person that really just knows how to. Who the hell? I don't know, bro. I generally don't. I can't explain that part. It's just you just gotta do it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not care about consequences of your intentions. Is chill and ill, and like you know who you are, but you have to know yourself, know what it is, and know your weaknesses and know your strengths. You know what I'm saying? So you know, because you know your weaknesses and you know yourself, you'll know what to not do, or you'll know what to kind of avoid. But then when you know your strengths, you'll know what you can do. Then when you think about something, if you know that falls in line with your strengths, you will give no fucks. You're gonna go out and just gonna do what the heck you gotta do, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Bro, I could be the richest, waviest, strongest nigga out here right now, still in the hood, chilling, hitting, chilling, doing what I'm doing. Out here, I can have freaking ops in the world, do whatever it gotta do. You know what I'm trying to say? But at the end of the day, because I know me and I know God know my strength and my strategy, I know I can come out and do what I gotta do, and people can't and say it and won't say nothing to me. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that's how it generally is. That's why I purposely love living like I can do what I do, be outside cool. And then if they do try it, because I don't start nothing and because I have good intentions, I always finish it. And because I prove that so many times, I do what I do through experience, I could never be worried. And then when you actually get deep, and then when it comes to like I said, the supernatural stuff, when it comes to the devil, a lot of people do stuff on hand. But when it comes to God, think about it. There's many stories in real life proof of, like, remember that one story where there was a woman where the car flipped on her child and she literally lifted up the car and got it off, and that's a real life story. That's God. He'll give you powers, or he'll give you what you need at his will and at his time, but you have to, it's not you asking for it, it's just like, you're doing what he needs you to do, and then when you have the faith, you know it just happens. I'm not saying that everybody can do it when they want to do what they do, but it's the fact that certain people, when you know yourself and you know God, certain people can show and experience and show different things that people will never see in their life, never experience, and then that will maybe be the wake-up call for them to realize life is not just about this human shit. You know what I'm trying to say? It's about energy. It's about love. It's about positivity. It's about your intentions. It's about your purpose. It's about doing what you need to do. Because after that, that's it, nigga. Because then after that, it's like you're Gucci. You know what I'm trying to say? But for some of my weaknesses, which is, but I think I overcame my weaknesses now throughout time and battling it with it. But I wouldn't put myself in certain predicaments or something. Like, say, like, for me, like, now with, like, lust, but not all that, I'm not gonna purposely, even though I still go out and I'm me, I might have a good day, I'm walking to the store and there's a bad bitch past me, I'm talking to her, I'm having it on my phone, we're flirting, but as soon as I see she's in the zone, where it's like, okay, if I bag you right now, we're gonna go fuck and all that, I'm gonna be like, look, I'm God-fearing man, like, I'm gonna back up, I want to just talk to you because I like it. I keep pushing, but I'm not gonna put myself in the predicament because I know damn well if we leave here, I'm gonna fold, and that's not good. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But somebody else might be stronger than me at that. So I'm learning. That's why I'm waiting for God to just bless, do what I need to do. And then it's still to this day. And you know what I mean? Good girls, I fumbled in ways. So it's like, I don't be worried in certain ways like that. You know what I'm trying to say? So then I think about it, if I'm not gonna be worried about this now, I might as well focus on this and do what I need to do more, and it may encourage you to do it more, and it helps. And also too, in just a lot of ways and explanations and things like that in that nature. So yeah, so it's just really just about, just do it. Like, just know but first, it's knowing God, knowing yourself, and yeah, but it just takes time, and then it takes time, and then, let me tell you something real quick. And then when it comes to, my fault, hold on, let me try to drink a little spirit or something. Cause, alright, yeah. So like, then when it comes to repenting now, right? You saying, we repent. Like I said, repenting is not, I'm not gonna smack you, say sorry, and then smack you again and be like, say sorry again, like that's repenting. It's just sincerely doing it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So the point I'm trying to make is when you actually, let's say, now you actually want to focus on God, right? Now you're like, okay, and I want to. You gotta remember, God's still gonna test you in ways. So you might be actually doing good now, doing what you gotta do, but then God still is gonna test you to see if you're ever gonna fold or mess up or do what you gotta do. You know what I'm trying to say? So then it's just like, you have to find joy, and it also teaches you. It's either to teach you, it's not to harm you or nothing like that, but it's to teach you certain things, know things about yourself. And then remember, like I said, it's not about your good deeds. Being a good person does not get you to heaven, and being saved does not get you to heaven. And God literally says that. You know what I'm trying to say? So what the point is for you to do what you need to do. So you don't want to start getting right. That's why I tell people, when I start speaking like this, I tell people get right with God today, because if you don't, let me say once again, like I said, what if, right? Like I said, one day on earth is 1,000 years in heaven, right? So we're only here, most people on earth is on here for like 100 years. So you're like a baby in heaven. So like when God's time for judgment day, He's gonna look at you like you couldn't be good for 10 minutes, right? So you don't want to be on judgment day to be like, He'd be like, if you would have started this day, you would have listened to me whenever I needed you, but now I don't know you. You know what I'm trying to say? So the point of the matter is the fact that you're supposed to start today. It's going to take time. Like, don't think you're going to get right with God today and think it's going to start, blah, blah, blah. It might for some people, it might for certain things. Some things, yes. But He's still going to have to test you. So to earn your spot and solidify your spot in heaven, it's literally, you're literally going to have to, like, stay focused on it, have love, find the positivity, be good, be chilling, do what you do, but then you're gonna have to listen to Him, because He might need you for something next month. But what if you don't get right? What if He comes back tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? And He's like, if you would have started this day, you would have been saved, but you didn't, because it's not about your good deeds, it's about what He needs you to do. You know what I'm saying? And keeping His commandments and the consistency of keeping His commandments, following His word, spreading the love, spreading the joy, doing what He needs you to do. You know what I'm trying to say? So basically, if you don't, so that's basically what I'm trying to say. So it's not a time thing. So it's like, now when you actually decide to get serious about it, now you're gonna have to get tested. You don't know how long it's gonna take. It might take a year, because now you gotta repent. You gotta show you're serious about it, and that takes time, because you have to every day, you have to block yourself from it. And then on top of that, you don't know when He's gonna need you to do what. You gotta find your purpose. You gotta find this. You gotta know yourself, learn yourself more to understand how to actually feel Him. That's the thing people are missing nowadays. People don't know what the heck God is even. Like I said, they don't even know how to necessarily feel Him. They don't know how to literally hear Him. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's only from keeping His word, keeping His commandments, and doing what He needs you to do, and just staying consistent with it, and He'll always provide you what you need. But then it gets hard, because you could know Him and all that stuff, but then He'll still test you in a way, and then you're like, what am I doing? And then He starts to stress, but it's to tell you like you're not supposed to stress. The point on earth is a test. So it's to literally just test you however He needs to test you. He'll always give you what you need, and better than what you want. You know what I'm trying to say? And maybe even better what you need. But in between those times, it's always something. It's either just to see how you're going to get out of it, how you're going to think, or how you're going to process through it, or just whatever the case may be, or just to keep you in a certain spot for a little bit before He takes you to that next level, because you have something else to do. You know what I'm trying to say? And you can have everything, but sometimes He might even tell you, shoot, you can have $1 million, but then sometimes He might tell you, don't touch that until you double it the right way. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like you can't, you know what I mean? So it's like you got to, you're only gonna know what to do when you hear Him. Like, it's not like I'm gonna tell you, or God might use somebody to tell you. You know what I'm trying to say? You never know how it works. But then when you get deeper in it, you actually understand, and you actually know how to feel it and be guided. And then when you do, you have no fear beside it, because the only thing you're supposed to fear is God. Because that's it. Because after that, you go outside, you're loving life, you speak to people, you see how people attract to you, you see how this happens, you just see how this, the third, somebody like me specifically, like I say, I don't compare myself to nobody. When I speak to my experience. a long time, I was the type of person who throughout my life, very mysterious dude, did a lot of things in my life, all that stuff, but I don't talk. I never like to express. I never like to do none of that because I was never me. I didn't ever use social media. I didn't care to. I was the dude where, especially when it comes to Rockland, very known, very all that stuff, but it was always the dude that I could be freaking, you could FaceTime me right now, and as soon as you FaceTime me tonight, I'm in freaking Texas. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what the heck's going on. But the reason now, because of all that, and I never would ever even dream of being, not necessarily famous or even known for real in that way, it was just, my energy was always the type where I never had to do the most, never had to do anything. It was just who I was, always genuine, pure intentions. But the point of the matter is, my fault, I'm trying to keep it. Oh, shit. This shit, yeah. But the point of the matter is, let me see what I was trying to say. I don't know. When times like that happen with me, it's because it's always a reason in it. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, you just gotta keep it cordial. But let me just get a second to think about it. Let me see. All right, you know, I'm gonna keep going. So basically, the point of the matter is, you just don't necessarily know. You're not gonna know until you actually start going. Bro, y'all didn't see it, but it was like, that was like the 10th car today, bro, that did that. You didn't see it, they went over the car. I was like the 10th car though. That's mad often. But what else? That's what I'm saying. It's another one of my, not weaknesses, but something else I have to learn, because I don't like to express, and I was never the type to express and all that other type of stuff throughout my life, because I express and I talk, but I never had to. So it's like, because at the same time, throughout my life and the way people were, and just through my experiences and what I can do or barely ever had to do, like a lot of times through people, they would seem jealous, get envious, act weird. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But not in like a lot of ways, but it was just because of just who you are, and then just how they see things or things they can't do. So it's like, whatever. So now when it came to this point in my life now, because of everything I've done, everything I've seen, still doing and growing in a way, now God's like, okay, now I'm gonna use you, because your experience, your knowledge, and the way you are can relate to probably most people, and you understand in different ways, but you're trying to do better now. And I'm at an age where I just turned 25 to where older people will listen to me, because I'm at a calm age where I probably have some type of experience, but then I'm at a grown age where younger kids always look up to somebody who's like, you know what I'm saying, who they think is cool and all that other stuff. But then younger kids will always look up to whoever they think is cool and that's older. So it's like, I'm like literally in like the perfect position right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in the middle to where I'm dead being serious, talking different, to where I'm doing basically everything different from the majority, from between Dad's trying to find the wife because you have so much experience about it, and you realize it's really not that serious. It's all the same. It's just the fact that it's just basically eye candy, you know what I'm saying? And we're horn dogs, and we're naturally like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like that, but God made it so to have your wife because he knows, you know what I'm saying? And he knows it's a great thing. But yeah, but basically at the end of the day, it's just to genuinely know yourself, try to get closer to God by praying to him, seeking his knowledge, seeking his ways, and just moving better, you know what I'm saying? And then you start to experience, because then he'll show you things, you pray to him, and like, ask him if you don't know him right now, like, just to show you him and in general, just like to like show him something so you know he's real, and like to really show him you. And then when you seek it, like he'll always show you, he'll always do it. But after you really start getting known to him, you actually start understanding his ways, you know yourself, you start actually learning more knowledge, you start seeing the things that they're throwing in our face everywhere. Like now, a couple years ago, probably 5 years ago, you talk like this, you're a conspiracy theorist, might be crazy, might be whatever. Now, nigga, or maybe not before, but even now, bro, between everything on social media, everything's going where that nobody can deny anymore. Like, nobody can say that a lot of weird stuff's not happening, a lot of Satanism, they're pushing it out there, symbolisms, AI, they're faking a lot of things, they're telling you things are fake, they're telling you, and remember, one of the devil's tricks is, he'll always tell you what he's gonna do before he does the plan, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, everything's in our face now, so now it's like, and the reason they're doing that is because we're so far now, and it's so fast forward and progressing, they know we're not going to stop. They tell us things in our face, then they distract us with something else, and then 2 seconds we forget. For example, actually, and I bet you this is the thing I love. I love to use this example. There's many of them. But I love to use this example because it's crazy how fast people forgot. There's so many things people forgot that's fast, but it's crazy how fast people forgot. Nobody for some reason remembers when they dads came out, and you could research it, all that other stuff, when they told us Zac Efron, Selena, and I believe Selena Gomez were lab created. Like, they're not human, bro. Like, they were literally made to be Disney stars and all that stuff. Like, they're telling you clones are real. They're telling you what they do. The whole Epstein Island thing with him not really being dead, people still going there. They tell you what it is, but then because of us and our distractions, you might see it and then you go smoke weed, forget, or you might go chill with a shorty and then you you don't remember, and then you watch something else and then some other nonsense is on the screen, or some other topic is on the screen or on the way, and then you forget all about it. You know what I'm trying to say? So then it's like they told you what it is. So like in their head and the devil's eyes, it's like if they tell you and then you still do it, like they can't be punished. You know what I'm trying to say? But that's what the devil lies to them. And then you have higher up that's coming out through YouTube videos, you can Google it, all these other things. People actually dying because they come out with something for real, and then they might disappear. Huh? Hello, bro, how you doing? But then you come out with something for real and then they might disappear. Or some people, they be very careful. And think about like people like Orlando Brown and like certain other people. The only way to really expose the truth, especially when it comes to that industry stuff, is either you have to death seem crazy for them to be like, to at least push that motive that you're crazy to, like, so you can actually say it and nobody really understands because people are small-minded. Or it's like you have to death be ready for consequences. Because you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want, you know what I'm trying to say? They'll tell you themselves, but they're going to hide it and then distract you quick. So it's like, it's just so much now to where it's the point where it's like, there's no reason to deadass not, like, just be focused. Because at the end of the day, only reason people aren't as God focused is because, it's just because, like, life is like, everybody has their life going on, everything's cool, and nobody really wants to worry about it. But that's the problem. That's why things are getting so worse now. That's why they have so much control over us now. That's why TikTok, and literally send the descriptions. If you watch Joe Rogan, they read the descriptions. They literally said if you have TikTok on your phone, they can literally see how you doing, brother? They can literally see everything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? They can literally see, like, literally everything you type, everything you see, like, it's like everything's just connected, bro. And then when it comes to the cameras, and then because COVID, they had us inside, cameras all around there, they can see if you have a gun on you or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just wait and like, they literally just have control of everything. So now with Elon Musk pursuing the Neuralink, trying to put Neuralinks in people's brains now, like, think about that. You say that 5 years ago, you would sound crazy, nigga. But that is dead ass fact, and it's out now. And they're literally making AI robots that think for themselves to help people. That they're about to come out with sex robots that literally are alive and can speak to you like your girlfriend. It's a whole ploy to keep you inside now. VR, AI, all that stuff is now they want your mind. That's why the Neuralink's coming out, because they have our phones, they have your inside your house, they have cameras, they have everything you're doing. You know what I'm trying to say? But then at the end of the day now they come for your mind, because now once they can take over you and control actually how you are, that's why when Jesus will come back, because now it's like, okay, now he's taking over the people. You know what I'm trying to say? Because like, now it's like, what? Now they're trying to purposely control you. That's why they're trying to make women bosses. Not to say that you can't make women bosses. That's not the point. But like I said before, and the order it's supposed to go is you have your heavenly father, the husband, the wife, and then the kids. So like I said, a lot of women are doing a lot of wrong stuff now, just half naked, not following morals, principles, all that stuff. Yes, they have their own mind and their own free will to do what they want, but I don't blame them, because it's men's fault, because men are not being the leaders they're supposed to be. Like, they only act like that because we allow it and we feed into them act like that, and they let it happen, because there's so many simps, lamos, and bozos, and people are just so lustful and just don't understand it all. Pussy's all the same damn thing, nigga. It's just a fatter ass, bigger titties. It's cool, and we love it. And yeah, when you're doing it, it's lit. But after nothing is done, it's like, who the fuck cares? So it's like, you need to have feelings for that person. So after, it's like, it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna end. Like, you're never gonna get tired of a person. Like, there was a point it got bad to me. Like, you could back the baddest bitch, smash her same day, and then your dad's done within the next 3. I could, like, for the longest time, for probably a year straight, I could not jack nobody for more than a week period. But it was getting scary to the point where, like, it wasn't making sense, nigga. It was actually getting bad. And more people are seeing that now, to where, like, they're just doing it because, like, when you get horny, like, you have fun entertaining them. You have fun entertaining, like, you don't think about the same. Think about it. I'm telling you, think about it. Think about when you're horny and where your mind is at, how you play around, and as soon as it's drained, how annoying they get, bro. Look at how annoying and how weird shit gets. You're like, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense. But when you actually have the real love and that real feelings, you don't get tired of them. You actually like, you know what I'm saying? It gets different, and then you never get tired of it, and just, that's what it is, bro. It's just a lust eyeful thing, bro. That's why they're trying to, that's just why they're trying to push it so much. That's the main point. That's why they're trying to push a lot of things. Also with food, the main thing they're trying to push in life is really food and sex. You feel me? The food, per se, because if you, God says, God damn, what's happening today? Oh, yeah. Well, look, let me just say, I pray for whatever's going on, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything's all right and everything's cool. Because once again, like I said, like, For all you know, that person that they're going after right now, y'all heard the signs and all that, for all you know, they weren't right with God and then they just died today, or God forbid, but you never know. And then now what? Now you're in hell for eternity and you can't say sorry, you can't do nothing? It's like, what's the point? The point is to be tested on earth and live your life and have fun. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way everybody was brought up, and especially our parents and stuff like that, they made it boring. So it's like, I was brought up in church, so like when you make it boring, what the hell, I'm not gonna be interested in it. But the only way you're gonna get interested is when you actually have the experience, you see it for yourself. So we just need more people to like have fun, show the love, and just explain it in different ways. That's why we need more people to like, especially men, to start using their experience and all that stuff and explaining how God saved them, explaining how it actually worked, and making it not just sound cool, but understand that we're really dealing with an all-powerful being who made us. You know what I'm saying? You could really experience some real supernatural different stuff on earth. He really would do things at perfect times where you're just like, it makes no sense. And then when you just live life, you're just having fun, you're just chilling, like, it's just cool. Yes, bad things are still gonna happen. Yes, things are still gonna go wrong with, but everything is in God's will. Just remember, nothing is out of his control. Everything that happens on earth and we all have free will. So you always have your intention. So no matter what people are doing, people always know what they're doing. People always have their own intentions. Like, you know what I'm saying? But God, before he makes you, he knows every choice you're gonna make. So yes, we still make our own choices, but he already knows what choice he's gonna make. So then he knows how to place everything in certain ways, certain lines. That's why some people gotta leave in certain ways. That's why certain things happen in certain ways, like, because he knows the choice that's gonna happen. So when you see certain things happen, don't be like, God, why? Just understand there is deeper reasoning to that. So it's not for you, and it's always gonna be beyond your understanding. That's the problem thing too. People use it as a cope to like not. People use it as a cope to like try to be like, to try to find any reason to. Oh, sorry. People try to find it as a cope to like any reason to like not believe in God for, you know what I'm saying, in any way that they can, instead of actually just truly understanding it for real. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I just had a perfect example in my head. People try to use a way to find a cope. They usually try to find a way to cope with it. Like damn. The example I'm trying to get to is like when something happens and then people just don't. Oh yeah. They just try to make basically people just try to find a reason to not make it understand. Because at the end of the day, like I said, once again, like, think about the biggest anime character, cartoon, whatever. You feel me? You know, whatever. You feel me? You're dealing with something so much more powerful that like it's not meant for you to understand. You know what I'm trying to say? Literally not meant for you to understand. Like, think about it. If you're the all-powerful being, what the heck am I really trying to make you understand? I'm giving you the rules and just how to live by and just doing what I need you to do to show and prove to me that you obey me. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the only reason. He made us for that point. It's not, anything. It's no other reason that you want. It doesn't matter. Like, if he made you for his reason, man. If he wanted to make us for whatever, he made it for whatever. But he made it just to like, instead of destroying us early from when Adam and Eve messed up and just wiping it out and just now, none of us even being here right now, to no matter what. It's for you to just, look, he's like, all right, I'm going to give my son Jesus for y'all to just die for your sins, just follow these rules, do what I need to do, and you'll get all your answers when we meet and all that other stuff, and we come back and it's cool. Because you're dealing with a higher being, bro, so it's not meant for you. So stop trying to understand it like you're a human. You're not God. There's one God you will never be. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but he will show you so many things that will be like, yo, we are truly different. We're made in his image. So we're not gods, but we're God's kids. You know what I'm trying to say? So where this human stuff is not different. Think about life, bro. Like, our veins represents roots. We have electricity in our body. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you have, like, everything is a symbolism in us. So when they talk about that whole deep universe stuff and like how we're the universe and everything's one, think about it. If God's in us and God is everything, and everything comes back into the universe, everything is one. It's just, he is in everything. Everything is just one in one form. That's why we're all connected in a way. That's why we all basically relate in certain ways. That's why we all can feel things in certain ways. That's why we all understand things in certain ways. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we're all connected. It's just that we're all at different levels at points, and we all can reach a certain level. We're all supposed to reach the highest level, but it's just that people are distracted by nonsense, and it's the devil's job to literally only deceive, because he knows he loses in the end, and he's going to be tortured for eternity. So his only job, he's pissed. So the only job he has is that every second he got, nigga, he's gonna put negative thoughts in your brain, make you distracted, make you have sex, make you do drugs, make you do this, lie, do whatever you gotta do to like love the world more than God, not focus on God at all. That's the point. And then he got the higher up people, the people with all the money and stuff like that, that's in control of the social media. Like, think about the music industry. The same people that own the music industry and these industry labels own jails. It's the whole point to it. That's why they use certain people, and it's an acting thing. Think about it. Actors, Why do you think all these actors are so easy with maybe dressing up as females, like men wise, just as females? They always think because they all know what they're doing. I mean, there are some that come out and try to speak about it. I understand it's still possible, but the main point is like it's an all act game to deceive people. Because while they say what they gotta say and do what they gotta do, when you go do that shit, they're good. You're not. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why you gotta focus on yourself. Even with life right now, don't even worry about people. That's why I say know yourself, because it doesn't matter. Because once again, like, I'll tell you, and like, you gotta watch what you say sometimes, whatever, but there's so many ways. Actually, no, that's the whole reason why I'm here now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then there's so many famous people. If you think a lot of money will make you happy, you never had a lot of money. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the first thing that you hear a lot, and that's often because it's just a whole ploy to just make you just keep you uncomfortable. And that's why when you know yourself, you can have people that just sit here and they can flash whatever, do whatever they gotta do. But it's like, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, everybody has their problems. So at the end of the day, no matter what, nobody can deny, we all are in spiritual warfare, right? So everybody has negative thoughts. But the point is the happiest person is gonna have negative thoughts, because that's the point. Like, nobody can deny that. It's literally a point. It's a test every day. It's just for you to push it out and just not think about it. Like, it's gonna happen. There's no way to not stop it. But it's like, the more you don't do it, the more or less it happens. But then it always will come back. That's the point, because every second it's you focusing on God, but every second the devil gets, he's going to try to push something that's gonna keep down your mood, keep down your energy. Energy is real. Law of attraction, all that stuff is to keep you solidified and keep you where you're at for as long as he can, to either lure you into certain things, to mess you up and get you. Either way, his job is to literally to lure you and or to keep you so grounded, or to either kill you off quickly before you can even get to God's way, or if you know you're so rooted with him, he'll still use you, and God can still use you in ways to maybe still bless somebody else, but to just push his agenda. But it never works out, because then at the end of the day, people are still depressed. All these people you see, they have to cope with either drugs, having sex. Most people can't be by themselves. They have to be around people with the same type of mindset, where they're not elevated, to make their actions feel like it's okay. But when you hit them with, you can never deny facts. At the end of the day, facts is facts. 2 + 2 is 4. You can never deny facts or the truth, right? And the truth hurts. Right? You can never. Now I'm screaming, but hold on. This is my time to take a little break. I'm about to end this soon anyway, so like, I'm about to go eat dinner actually. but the truth hurts, and then you can never deny facts. But people will mostly all the time stick around who keeps them comfortable. And remember, and the point, God wants you to be not to be uncomfortable in a bad way, but to elevate you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not for you to like feel uncomfortable and be mad about it. It's for you to feel uncomfortable and like to actually be comfortable about it, to push yourself. Because if you stay comfortable, you're going to get bored. You're going to start getting depressed because things are too easy or just the same. You know what I'm saying? It's the point. That's why you have to enjoy. That's why it's a journey, because it elevates you more and more. You learn more. You experience more. You have more to share, more to talk about. That's why you have to live life. But you have to be smart. Don't be a dumbass and do whatever you want to do and get yourself in trouble and all this other stuff and do nonsense. And you got to be mindful how you speak to people, how you got to have love with it. Don't just curse people out, because remember, people are still human. So you do think the wrong way, you'll still get yourself consequences. You know what I'm saying? That you have to know how to do it with love. You have to know how to just know yourself, to know how to, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and third, blah, 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 all that. But yeah, but just for people, they'll keep themselves, you see it all the time. Most people just keep themselves comfortable around. So like, and then think about it. And that's why I say majority. Like I said, the goal is to bring more the majority to minority, but the majority of people are the same, because like they think the same, they act the same, they follow the same things, it's the same. It's literally the same thing, just in different human point all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And people will hang around the people that keep them the same way, in the worst way. So like, they don't have to feel bad about what they're doing, because like they'll hear the truth, and then they'll have that feeling like it's wrong, or they know it's true. But then they'll be like, nah, I don't need to, because then when they go to their friends, it's the same thing. So they feel comfortable to this. You know what I mean? So then they never elevate from it, and that's how people stay stuck in their ways and stuff like that. And then it's just stay stuck longer and longer. That's why sometimes you need to learn to be by yourself. Like God says, have times by yourself. Meditate on the word, like keep yourself elevated. That's why he said never deny knowledge, even if it's bad knowledge. Never deny knowledge. That you're supposed to always accumulate, keep yourself thinking. And then with those same friend groups, try to make everybody elevate together. If you need to be around people, elevate together to like become even more powerful. But people have to understand, one, who God is, know themselves, and understand what energy really is. And they need to experience it to really know, like, nah, bro, like you can really grow and like spiritually, mentally, and even physically. Like physically, cool, you can be strong. That's one way to grow, right? Mentally, you can gain knowledge, all that. But when you grow spiritually, it's really a different type of experience and a different type of who knows. But and then just to make it fun for yourself. And at the end of the day, all best I can say is that end of the day, Christianity, yeah, nobody should really be religious. You You should be spiritual. Because at the end of the day, spirituality is really the main thing. Because that's just your relationship with God. You know what I'm trying to say? Religion is more of something that was made to like debate and cause problems. Because Christianity is the way, and that's the book. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's more so just the rule book and the guidance. And then after that, you just focus on your relationship with God. And like you build from that, you just keep it up. You know what I'm trying to say? So don't really be religious. So make it fun for yourself. Like ask God, actually have faith in it. And like one thing I could say, I said it earlier, but I'll say it again because I just feel the need to. If you're at the point right now where you're either confused or you have a problem or you're confused, you have a problem, or you just don't know God right now, you want to, it's nothing more deadass. He doesn't hide himself from nobody. Remember, the point is his hand's always like this to us. Because remember, he made us, he has us rules, he gave us what to do, you know what I'm saying? His hand's like this. Our job is to reach him. He's not going to reach us. His hand's always there. He'll never hide it from you. It's just your job to seek him. And most people probably be like, well, why would you make us to then not show yourself or not like, you know what I'm saying? Or not like bring yourself to us and so we can know. But that's the point. You're dealing with a being that you can never understand until you actually meet him. But he'll show you everything you need to show and show you him enough for you to understand and go. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't have to. Because the point is he was already going to wipe all of us out and it's going to be done for. But the point is he wants to see who truly loves him. That's the point. So he doesn't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have to. If anything, going to end us early. So like, yeah, it would make sense for him to show us. Maybe it would be better. But it's a test. But that's nothing more than that. Because he already sees his angel, the devil, deceived him. You know what I'm trying to say? But he probably already knew that. But everybody's got their own choices. He already knows what goes on. So and then think about it. This is what I want to get to too. Think about it. Let's say Jesus showed himself, or God showed himself right now. Well, Jesus is God, but he showed himself right now, bro. One, in the Bible, it says he has white wool hair, he's dark, and he has fiery eyes. One, you probably wouldn't even believe that's him, first off, because angels aren't even angels what you think about. They're probably the most scariest beings, and demons, you don't even know what the heck they look like. You know what I'm saying? They're the most scariest warriors. Like, you don't know what's going on. So you wouldn't, first off, you probably wouldn't believe it's him if he was to show you him, first off. So that's why he has to show you in a way for you. You have to search for him. And then when you search for him, he shows you him, he comes to you, and then he'll show you. So now you understand. Because if he just came to you off rip, you're not going to believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? Most people probably won't believe it now, make it even worse now. And then think about this. Now I think he did show the whole world, right? Now you're going to have more people faking it. Because now everybody's going to be sitting there like, okay, now that's real. It's not have to be a good person. It's not going to make people do things out of ill intention, not for real. And then the people that decide to do wrong, there's going to be no conviction. Like now they already know what's up. And if they're choosing the wrong side, they're going to go haymaker. So you don't know what wrong thing they can do to anybody at any second. So it's like, it makes sense for him to not show you, for you to seek to him. At the end of the day, he's an all-powerful being. So think about back in the day, we sin probably every day. Nigga, you go on social media right now, for men, you probably lust through hundreds of females a day. Nigga, back then, they couldn't do it once. Women, they post one picture, they know damn well they like for attention, not for themselves. They don't care what's the inside. You can't hide nothing from God. You're doing it, it's for, yes, you like it for yourself, but at the end of the day, you like it because of the attention. But you're causing men to lust after you, which is now adultery. So you're doing it to hundreds of men. So think about it. Back then, in the biblical days, bro, one dude looked at a woman and lusted, bro had to either pluck his eye out, dead ass, or he had to go kill a goat and then make a ritual because the wages of sin is death. So the point of killing a goat or rituals like that was to remind you that sin is a deadly ass thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Or if you stole something once, you have to cut your hand off, because then the Bible says it's better for you to cut your hand off and live your life with one hand than to suffer in hell for eternity. So the reason he gave us Jesus to die for our sins, it's like now that we're sinning more than everything, you gotta understand, if it was that serious and God was if he's that high of a being and people have to do that because he's that serious, think about us right now. You think you're safe, nigga? You're bugging. You're bugging because you're doing it way more than them. So you think you're good? Or you ask anybody right now, yo, you think you're going to heaven? People probably say, yeah, and like you're tripping, nigga. Like you're, but you know how much we have to show him. There's no amount of sorry you can say. There's no amount of thanks we can give him for Jesus for dying for us, right? So you have to stay committed on it. But at the point he understands that we're trying. He understands. But once you genuinely have that feeling like, okay, I know better, it's not that serious, just push, and then you'll see it. But then you'll have to maneuver, because now you might have to distance yourself from people because they're still doing the same thing. Like, you have to stick on your point, because at the end of the day, there's people out here going through worse things, to where you got people that don't even know their parents, or have the worst mom, worst dad, don't have love. Like, they're mad, bro. They have nobody. So like, you understand? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's to make a better world in heaven, because those people don't even get the experience what maybe me and you have between loving your parents or family, or having somebody with them. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's to make a better world in heaven, to where you don't have to worry about flesh, you don't have to worry about sin, you don't have to worry about nothing. So while you're here, just have fun, be cool, but you're gonna have to, and of course keep trying and spread the word and keep trying to help your people. Don't abandon them. But if you're not changing, you can't stick around them, because whatever they're attracting is gonna attract to you, and it's gonna attract to your family, and it's gonna attract, you don't know. And then because people don't, just like hell, right? Because most people didn't experience it, not scared of it. Like, put a lighter to your skin for more than 10 seconds, you can't do it. So imagine being choked the hell up, on fire, under the sea, tortured for eternity, nigga. You think one day is long? Can you think about a million years? And then can you think about eternity, nigga? You're bugging. So anyways, so then it's like, when you pass that point, you're just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh my gosh. My fault, I'm about to go eat dinner, so like, I'm about to get a little dry. But I'm trying to keep this flowing a little bit. I'm gonna go for a couple more minutes. But it's like, but it's literally simple as that. It's just a deeper understanding. So it's like, you don't have to necessarily abandon people either, but you have to be mindful. And like, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. It's just because it's not in your face right now, it doesn't mean nothing. But then people don't understand. But then you have people that, one thing, they'll go through bad things, and you have people that be like, God, why? God, why? But they don't remember what they did last 2 years ago. They don't remember that serious thing, or the sins they were doing. It catches up, and the devil will bless you with things to make you think everything's okay because you're following him wrong. And then when it hits that one time, now you're pissed, but you're like, you forgot what you did before. You forgot what you weren't paying attention before. So it's like, you have to be mindful through everything, because it might not hit right now. It might not hit for a couple years, but then when it does, that's just gonna be sad as hell. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be pissed, so you don't want to avoid that. And then even for some people, you might even it might be, and then you might see some people sinning and they doing whatever, and you don't hope nothing bad happens to them either, because at the end of the day, when you know yourself and you know you're lit, you know you're getting money, you know you're getting bitch, you know you can actually do right. Even though you should do everything in a better way, I'm just saying though, know yourself, know your things. Don't worry about those people, bro, because at the end of the day, you don't know what can happen to them in the future, what can go on in the future. Or at the end of the day, you don't know if Jesus come back tomorrow, or let's say nothing happens and years go by and you're still having years living your life. When it's time and it's said and done, everybody knows life is not promised, every day is not promised. When it's said and done and it's time to go to hell and you're there for eternity, you're either going to the best place forever or you're going to the worst place forever. So it's like, look, I don't care what the hell you're doing right now. I don't care about you. I'm on me, my timing. Because at the end of the day, let yourself be distracted. People, and even people would lie to themselves all day. You'll have people that will dare be depressed, dare be sad, whatever. But then when it's in their face or you say it, they'll deny, lie. But then when they are feeling that way or feeling depressed, they go smoke. They go, not saying that's not always necessarily a bad thing. It's not always the case. But it's just like, you have a lot of people that's like that. Or they go distract themselves with something. Or they have to go do nonsense. Or they have to, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because I'm a fault to be of it too. Like, it's not like I'm not. My fault. Because now I'm feeling guilty of it too. Because not like, I take my grills out, these just keep falling out. It's not like I'm guilty of it too, because that's like, I was just smoking like last week, you know what I'm saying? So I understand, because sometimes, like I said, like when you're trying, because it's not that you might be depressed, but sometimes, like, I'm a high energy person, so sometimes I want to do some things, certain things, or I'll be, let's say for instance, for example, I'm in my room, I'm trying to make a freestyle or something, and I just can't get it out right now. So I'm a high energy person. So like, when I want to do something, I want to do it. So if I can't, I just get upset, I get aggy. So I might go smoke a little something just to relax me, you know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily you're depressed, so it's different reasons, but I still shouldn't do that though. Because you need to find God. When you have that peace of God, you know how to just relax. You know how to find His strength and just know how to chill. So it's like, but you're trying though, but that's the point. But as long as you keep doing what you have to do at the end of the day, necessarily for God for the most part, that's the main thing. But you can't be a hypocrite and say you love God. That's literally like me just keeping it buck. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to say you love your girl for real and then cheat on her. You're not going to say you love your nigga for real and still going to be flirting with niggas or trying to be looked at to other niggas. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's not true. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So, like, you can't, don't be a hypocrite and say, yeah, I love God, or I know I'm going to heaven, I'm doing this, that, and you dead ass and not following none of the commandments. You're not even spreading love for, you're not even spread a scripture today. Did you even pray to Him today? Or at night? Like, you know what I'm saying? So stop being a hypocrite. People just have to be real with themselves, have a self-accountability. That's what we're trying to show, and a lot of people don't, because of social media, because of they don't have to, because people can just go on the internet now and distract themselves with the internet, not real life. People forget, like, people drift themselves away, like, people are not, you know what I'm saying? So it's like so many little easy ways. And then when it comes, that's why I say, and then think about it, the devil attacks, he says it's stronger demons when you elevate more, because he knows you're a problem. So like, you're gonna change people, bring people back to God. So I say stronger demons at you. But for the majority of people, that's just simple and same. He only has to do the bare minimum, because he knows damn well he only has to do the simple thing. You're gonna stay like that forever until it's time to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he doesn't have to do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? It's too easy. You're dealing with powerful beings going in our face. And now everybody, at least for now, everybody definitely believes Satan's real. So if you believe Satan's real, you know God is real. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, you have to understand what it is. And it's not to make you scared or nothing. It's just to make yourself find fun in it. There's more people doing it on like YouTube. Just find better videos. Like, I understand church and like pastors. Sometimes go to church, like, it's better to hear and understand it. And like, I go to church mostly to learn. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily for anything else. Just like, just hear it, but you have to be interested. But YouTube videos are, nowadays, a lot of podcast people are talking about it, but also with real life topics, and it's very interesting, you know what I'm saying? And it sparks your brain with certain things, and then whatever you're feeling at the moment, just start with that. Just whatever you're feeling around the God area, now you have the possibility to look it up and actually see it in a more fun way, to then understand it, go apply it to your life, and then same thing, and then go maybe pick a passage or a certain thing in the Bible, just read it a little bit. There's a little bit every day, and then that's the power in it though, because then it starts sparking to you, and then God will start igniting things to you, and then he'll give you certain thoughts, and only you're gonna know that, because then you'll have the certain thoughts, you'll have the certain feelings, and then you'll know how to move with it. You know what I'm saying? And it takes time, bro. And when you're by yourself, or you're alone or with it at the moment, it gets harder if you don't have people to support you, but at the same time, you're stronger that way. But if you do, you can be stronger together and do a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Or just keep spreading it in the way. You know what I'm saying? It's just only harder because now, think about it nowadays. Everybody wants to always do it. Everybody follows. What is the main thing they like to do the most part? Trends, nigga. Trends. Everybody's like to follow certain trends. So if it's not cool to do somewhere, it's not necessarily whatever, people are not going to do it. Either no, it's like the main point in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like getting money. Like getting money is not necessarily a trend, but everybody needs to live and everybody wants to go get some money, do what they do. So it's like, why would you not be worried about not only where your soul goes after this, but like how to make life better, how to experience what life is actually about. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then when you're actually having fun with little things, you may know how to make big things fun. So, okay, you could be somewhere where you can have so many opportunities to have fun and do what you need to do everywhere you're going. You feel what I'm saying? And then if you don't have much money to do what you need to do right now, so just chill, find other things to do, have fun, keep it up, experience. Everybody's different, bro. You go anywhere in the world, it's still people. People are people at the end of the day, no matter where the hell you go, bro. It's just everybody's different experience and different whatever. So you just find it there, and then when you have a little time, save up a little something. Stop worrying about this certain thing. Go take a little quick trip, but then when you go, stop doing the same things you're gonna do in the same place and then come back like, oh, I'm mad, I'm back home. Because you do the same damn things. You're whack, you're lame, you're the simp, you're not doing it. You don't experience nothing. You do the same exact thing. So it's like, go out there, experience people. And you know why most people go out places and do stuff? Because they don't want to feel judged. Because for some reason, when they're home, they feel like, because people know them, like it's a different feeling. Like, nigga, go back outside and act like you don't know nobody where you're from, nigga. Relive it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yo, what's up? How you doing? Like, you don't know me? Like, no, I don't know you. How you doing? I'm re-meeting you now. You know what I'm saying? Because people just want to go other places and then act like they're brand new now. You know what I'm saying? Do that now, nigga. And then when you go somewhere, and then when they still go somewhere else to act brand new, it's most likely to do promiscuous things or nonsense things. It's not to maybe go out and talk to somebody that could change your whole life in a freaking day, or like learn something new, or somebody that could be like, yo, you're new to here? Like, let me show you something different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one person that has, I could be 2 minute stories on where you could just wake up one day and just be like, I'm gonna go do something different. And then you just meet somebody and your whole day turns into a freaking adventure. And imagine doing that like every day, in good ways, bad ways, or whatever. It could be good ways, bad ways, but at least all the experiences that I have now, you know what I'm saying? To where I can talk about a lot of things, to where I can relate to most people in a lot of ways and different things because of certain things. But it takes those certain times. Like, there's a lot of things I just can't talk about off rip. It's gonna take like either specifically for a certain person or a specific time, or I have to talk to somebody to like spark certain things because it's so much to talk about, nigga. Like, I came out here, bro, my phone was on 23%. I said I'm gonna talk out here for like 30 minutes, bro. It's probably been like 3 hours now because it's just so much to keep going. But these are things that needs to be said every day, forever, anytime, wherever. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, it is what it is. But then with me, the social media thing, nigga, like I go viral freaking, not saying all the time, everywhere, but I do my thing that's it's reach. So it's like, it's cooler there, but it's harder when people have the choice to either scroll past your thing or like whatever, or choose to ignore it, but then you have to do it more. Okay, that you can reach a lot of people on social media, but sometimes you gotta do it in person for people to hear. Sometimes you gotta specifically go to whoever you need to talk to. Sometimes you gotta specifically just do things, but at the same time, it's fun for you and you use your talent. If you're good at dancing, you do dance. I don't know, you just gotta find the ways to make life fun and enjoyable and like a game for you. You know what I'm trying to say? Because if it's a test, it's a test, but you have to make it like a game. Think of it like a game. It's not a game, but you gotta think of it that way. You know what I'm saying? To make it fun for you, to make it enjoyable, to know God. So when he shows you real things, you're like, yo, there is really more to this life stuff. Like, it's really different. It's more to experience, more to feel, more to understand. And you start feeling the power over time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm not gonna cap. That's it for today. I'm there. It's time. I'm about to go eat. But I'm trying to think about, I'm not no fake Christian. So it's like, I'm gonna wait to make sure there's nothing else I want to say right now. Because I'm gonna say everything I gotta say. If I gotta be out here all day, I'm gonna be out here all day. But I gotta make sure, because like I said, even with this type of stuff, I can stream this. Whoever sees it. I can post it on YouTube, get millions of views, whatever. But it's like, it doesn't matter because that doesn't mean every single person will see it. Because while I'm doing this, I'm gonna post this later. It's gonna get a lot of views. But then maybe the people that's listening or around right now, they might not see it. You know what I'm saying? Because then maybe they're not on social media. So it's like, that's the point of keeping it. And I understand everybody can't do this. And don't think when you see me doing this, you have to do it like this too. Like, maybe you just have to do it within your friend group. Maybe you just have to do it with your family. Maybe you just have to, like, I don't know. Maybe you just have a cool personality to, when you speak to somebody randomly, you just let them know that, like, God loves them. Like, is there anything maybe they want to talk about real quick or something? You know what I'm saying? Just, if you have time, and just enjoy and find ways for you. It's certain things. I'm just a talkative person. I'm very high energy. I'm the biggest entertainer, influencer, persuader in the universe. So I'll do things like this, nigga. You might see me come out. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. I got mad plans to be doing something soon. I'll be out here dancing and rapping. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. But I just do everything, bro. I do what I do. So like, that's what I just find fun to do. You know what I'm saying? I might be out here making a skit, maybe it could be up this, but I'll be around, and while I'm making that skit, talk to somebody about it. It's just happening so many different ways to where it just happens. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know. You just have to find it for you and find the love for you. But remember, ego, not God. Astrology, not God. Pride, not God. Passion, not God. Negativity, not God. God did create evil. But then, whatchamacallit? But it's for you to control it, though. You know what I'm saying? Because because remember, there's a balance. I thought, okay, see, I want to talk about that too now. There's a balance with everything. Because you need the positive, you need the bad. It's just like yin and yang. There's a good and a bad. You know what I'm trying to say? So, whatchamacallit, at the end of the day, how it's supposed to go down is, there's a good and a bad. So, when you do the good, you do the good. When you do the bad, you do the bad. But then after that, it's like, you have to know how to control it and keep that balance. Because if you don't, one could consume you. Because if you could being too much of anything is not good. So you could be too good, and that could lead you to, remember, good people die young, or it leads you to deception, and you're wicked and you don't be mindful. But you could be too evil to the point to where, like, you're just setting yourself up for early failure. But if you know how to control the balance and know how to know what you do, you know when to snap, you know when to do this and third. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you could be the most evilest person could be in my face, and they could be like, okay, nigga. Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna always be a loving, good person. But then as soon as, like, you think you're big and bad and evil on shit, but as soon as you come over here and then that spark of God comes in, and now I know how to control myself, I know what it is, and my energy is different, I actually been saved, been filled, and I know, and then when he knows how to use you, experience true power, you're gonna get fucking embarrassed. So you know what I'm trying to say? Embarrassed, and then on top of that, it's God's job. Vengeance is God. You know what I'm trying to say? So you defend yourself, you do what you do. Like, that's why, I'm a smart nigga. I never start anything, I never do anything, but I always finish it. And why? Because I live like this. Even before the whole God thing, I was just always a genuine intention, pure intention, just genuine dude. You know what I'm saying? I was just very loving. That's just who I was at the end of the day. But at the same time, because of so much, I've been through so much, I've seen just, it's time to have fun. It's like, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So, once again, like I say, vengeance is God. So you should be slow to wrath and be cool. Because when you know yourself, you don't let things get you and like nothing. Because at the end of the day, once again, like I said, you know yourself. Some people need it because hurt people, or some people are having a bad day, upset, depressed. Who the hell knows? Who the hell cares? It's like, but at the end of the day, it's like, you could. But at the end of the day, you have to be mindful, because once again, vengeance is God. But at the same time, it's not like I can't stop nobody from ever hitting me or doing nothing, but I'll finish that shit quickly, or doing whatever you want to do. It can go either way, but I'm gonna finish. You know what I'm trying to say? But vengeance is God, and only God can kill. You know what I'm trying to say? So even if I was to do that and I had to pump out chili, I'm the type of dude to really destroy you and really maybe hospitalize you. But I'm making sure that you're alive, and I would never, even if I had the opportunity to, I would never do that, because I know the wrongness of it. I know God has it, and like, it maybe just need a wake up call for some people. So maybe sometimes he'll use you and attract certain people to you because you can handle it. That's why I say you have to know yourself, know your strengths and weaknesses, and do what you need to do. All pure intentions, all good thoughts, all good everything. But you have to go do what you gotta do, because you don't know what can come around. You don't know what can happen. But because God knows you and you know God, you're literally ready for everything. You know what I'm saying? In every single way, you do what you do. So it's like, it's nothing more than that. So, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else real quick before we end it off. If my phone was charged right now, had all my notes, I would not be stopping, nigga. I'm outside, but right now I'm just going off of what you just feel, whatever's feeling, whatever's coming, like whatever you just, you know what I mean? But I think so far I might be chilling for now. But yeah, just have love, spread positivity, just know yourself, still be you, and just try to understand, like, you gotta do better. Just still be you, just know you, and just be you, but just keep on good intention. Drop the ego, drop the character, whatever you have yourself. Focus on God more. Know He's all powerful, and just be you at the end of the day. Because being you doesn't mean you're a pussy or a bitch. Being positivity does not mean pussy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, excuse the language. It's just, why would you not be the good side? Know your situation, know your life. If you're upset about your situation in your life, fix that shit, nigga. Like, it's okay. Like, you don't have people with you. Like, focus. That's why you always have God at the end of the day. It's a blessing if you have people and we need human interaction, stuff like that. But it's just like, know you, fix it, chill out. Like, but don't stress it either. Leave it in God's hands. But when you really trust Him, you leave it in His hands. Just focus on better things to keep yourself happy. Just keep yourself going. Stay positive thoughts. It's way easier to have positive thoughts it's way easier to have negative thoughts than positive thoughts. It takes 3 weeks to even reprogram your mind. You know what I'm saying? You'll still have it. So for any habit you want to encounter, it takes 3 weeks. So think about that. So then on top of that, you gotta just keep it focused. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard now. Think about it. In this world, because it's the devil's world, everything evil and negative is always easy. Think about that. Always easy to curse, always easy to be negative, always easy to kill, always easy to curse, always easy to fornicate, always easy to do the hard things. It's the hard part to do the positive stuff and the focus stuff and being you and really showing and being yourself. And think about it. Nowadays, majority for the most part is not themselves, bro. And then the only way people be real with themselves is we either have to make them angry or you have to make them like feel some type of way to like really show them like, yeah. And it takes certain people to be like coming like, but it takes certain conversations. And when people know you're really of God or know it, they will avoid you because they know you're gonna change them, so they don't want to be. So it takes certain situations for you to find, because they'll live their life however. But then you come across me and we have a conversation, and then it turns to one thing. I start hitting it with it. Now I'm gonna start explaining things deeper, and you're gonna be mind blown at how the hell you think I know you, or how I could know you, or how I know this, or what this, or just how I act towards you. You could be so mad if it's just the energy you feel when I'm talking to you, just how you're gonna be like, it's gonna be weird. So people avoid it, and it's not even, sometimes not even them. It's the demons that's attached them that's making them purposely, you know what I'm saying? Because they know if you go near this, you're gonna change. That's the whole point. You have to remember. It's about everything you can't see. Everything you can't see does not matter. It's about everything you can't see. You feel me? Because think about energy, love, spirits. We know ghosts. We know spirits. We know all these things are real. We know witchcraft, magic, all that stuff is real. It's all hypnosis. We all know that stuff is real. The devil, all that stuff is real. So it's like, it's about the deeper picture at the things at the end of the day. About things you can't see. Because like, when none of this stuff goes with you, none of this stuff matters for real. Still have fun, still enjoy it, still work for what you need to work for. But you have to understand at the end of the day, none of this stuff for real was supposed to be about. We were not supposed to have money, nigga. Money was not supposed to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we paying for water? Why are we paying for electricity? Why do we have to work for real? Like, we're not supposed to be doing any of the stuff. I'm not saying we can't now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now we have no choice. But it's the point to focus on God, to not have to stress about none of that. You know what I'm saying? If you focus on Him, you have to work way less. You have way more. You don't have to worry about. You have everything you need. You have more you want, just at the right time. So it's patience. You know what I'm saying? And also with social media, everybody has sort of attention spans now. You know what I'm saying? So they can't wait. Like, they can't wait more for anything. They get eager. They get angry. They get mad. But that's the whole plot. And think about it. When you get stuck in your ways, when things are happening for you for years, and stuff is embedded into you for years, nigga, it's hard to get it out of you or for you to change until you see it, until you either see it, hear it, or like feel it for real. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, yeah. And then after that, I don't know. It's just like I said though. See what I'm saying? Every time I say I don't know, or I think I'm done, and then that's what be happening, bro. It is what it is. But it's just but then it's like after this, like now I can, you know what I'm saying, just go have fun, go do something different. Like, you got family, it is what it is. I'm the type of dude where it's like, because I know who I am, I'm covering myself. If I really wanted to and I was bored, go walk down the block. Some girl could be outside, you can chill with them the rest of the day. But it's like, what is the point of that if I know my weakness will probably drive me to doing that? Or like, to go, okay, I have nothing else to do, let me go smoke a little bit. Like, what's the point of it? There's no real reason to. Like, it's like now I can, like, you know what I'm saying, go enjoy maybe like a little food. Maybe now, like, nigga, sometimes my mom probably pissed me off today. So it's like, now maybe I'll probably have a little conversation where maybe see what's going on her day. Like, something that has to always build time. You know what I'm saying? People just need, the reason most people get distracted by things, because everybody's trying to waste time in some way. Because you're trying to forget about work, forget about stress, trying to forget about this, that, and the third, forget about whatever you got to forget about. But it's like, so as time goes on, and think about it, you could be so positive for 1 hour, right? And then after that next hour, it's like you have one negative thought, and then now you're just sitting there, and now it's like everything just went gone. Now it's like, it's a consistent thing and it's not easy. But that's why we need everybody to be on the same page, so that if you feel like that, you can go outside, and if you see more people like me doing this, like you can just maybe waste a little time, just relax, hear some more, just more people are enjoying their day, or people won't be so scared to like maybe go up to a group and just have a cool conversation, like, or be enjoyed for, like, and people with friends or it's in friend groups will go towards somebody that maybe looks like they need a better day or enhancing their day. You never know, nigga. Like, on top of that, not only is there's always somebody going through something worse than you, but there's always somebody going through something worse than you, but they're also happy than you. You know what I'm trying to say? Same way with ego and how all things is, you could, even no matter what you have, there's always somebody with something more than you. So, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes those people are, most of the time, are less happy or less happy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, always stay humble, always just know who you are, keep it pushing, and like, yeah, it is what it is. Because like, at this point, it's like, it is what it is. And at least me, with this point, this is so comfortable and calm with me, because like, for a while beforehand, life was just not necessarily feeling dull, but because I experienced and done it, everything so much, a lot of things are just boring to me. And since I'm a high energy person, when I do things, I do it to my full extent, full everything. Once I have enough, it's just like, I'm done. Like, I always have to keep myself going, always keep myself moving, always keep myself flowing and experience different. So now I'm in a phase where things are guaranteed for me. Things I have so many plans, things are already guaranteed. I already so many plans for Rocket and so many things to do. But while I'm still here, I'm not gonna be one of those fake ass Christians that well, I'm talking about God for real. But I'm talking good about it. but it's always whatchamacallit? It's always damn, see, that's one of my weaknesses. That's what smoking does too though sometimes. Makes you forget things real quick. But it's just basically nonsense, just basically like just keep it flowing and going. And since I was a hygienic person, now that I have things guaranteed and the social media things working and just who I am, and then every time I go outside, people gravitate wherever toward me, or just like it just works out, or just I can just always have fun, just do what I do. There's things to do. I'm not one of those fake ass people where most people, they get upset and then they leave and move and whatever, and leave everybody straight and abandoned. That's not what God wants. The point is not to just save. We're not here to save. Remember, it's only God's job to save. Our job is only to enlighten and spread the word. I'm not here to save nobody, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But it's for you to enlighten. So it's like, why would I leave and just be on social media when it's like you can be out here, do what you need to do, and then when it's time and I go attack the rest of the world, then it's like, okay, at least you left the print, you left it, and then now it's the motion. Because then think about it, because then most people only follow the things they see on celebrities or higher ups on stuff, and then now a lot more celebrities, a lot more people are talking about God, a lot more come back to it. It's either about Christianity or Muslim. It's either one or the other. So it's like, now it's all starting to come out more. So now it's like someone like me and I'm ready to come back. A lot of things I would say or do would probably got me canceled earlier. Doors been opening, people I've been meeting, certain things been happening. I've been elevating consistent with other things and it's getting better. And then as I get better, these happen, people that meet, like, so it's all just a part of the plan slowly. Because when it's time for me to come in, I'm the type not to, that's what I'm saying, once again, I just talk on me. When it's time for me to go out there and start combating the industry, nigga, bro, you can't put me in there and expect me to be on some regular stuff. I need to be unleashed type of thing. Like, I need to go and do what I want, and that's why I have everything set up for social media on way money too. I can post what I want, say what I want, do what I want when I want. Because I'm not the type, I was always the type where I couldn't have a job, bro. And not that I couldn't have a job, it was just that any job I had, bro, because I didn't necessarily need it, I was quitting any time, bro. Once I was bored and I was tired of it, bro, I was out, nigga. Like, and I always ran the job because I just did what I wanted to, but I know I just could never work for somebody that was not me. But there's a bigger picture now and a bigger, deeper motion. So I'm not saying that's not everybody. You just have to find the pieces. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I just knew myself. So since I knew I couldn't do it, I had to force myself to find the other ways. And after years of repenting, you know what I'm saying, like getting better, learning, and all that, it's like, that's where we come now. But I thank God. What if I never started though? That's what I'm saying. So that when it's time to really go release to the world, when it comes to the industry in Hollywood, that's the devil. So like now we need people to literally fight the devil. You know what I'm trying to say? So like when I go in there, and then that's the other thing too. Like people don't understand that like when it comes to that industry stuff, like it's really an evil scenery, an evil spot. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, and then think about all these celebrity stuff now too. If they speak about certain things, if they do certain things, bro, it's not like around in your area or city where you got little ops or little people that's not like you or something like that. Bro, that's when the government is purposely freezing your account. They're on your ass. Like, you gotta deal with something way bigger, stronger, powerful. That's why you need the full armor of God before you get into that type of stuff. The way I talk like this and all this, there's no way a couple years ago before they started throwing things in our face, it's being more open and understandable and all that stuff. There's no way, like, I would have been either canceled or me even understanding more of myself and getting deeper with God and understanding and like knowing him, you know what I'm trying to say, and actually getting to that level, I would have I could have been self-sabotaged, bro, if I even allowed myself to get into there too. Or I would have wasted it. And that's like, remember, I gotta tell you, when I was in high school, like when I was famous on Vine, nigga, like even if I would have got to that point, and thank God they shut it down, whatever the heck was going on, I was with my 18,000 followers on there, whatever. But that was like my first sign. But it was like the people that I was around, the things I was doing, or the thing, whatever. I would have wasted the opportunity, nigga. Like it would have been done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then as time went on, I didn't want to do the entertainment stuff. Like I never wanted to, but it was like everything just kept leading me back to the thing, just who I was, and then wherever I do, it just is what it is. But it's not, but at least with me, it's not the point to like, oh, do this. My point to coming into this shit is literally to tell everybody you don't want to be in this shit, and you don't need to stop listening to these people live a different life. Like, don't focus on none of this. That now is different. So it's like, even Cardi B had a lot the other day that was talking about how she's mad, she sold her soul, like she hates it, and like she wish she never had the fame, because it's a different type of things. You're not in control. A lot of them are puppets in certain ways. You don't know what's going on in a lot of these things, so it's like they're not in control, bro. So it's like you have to be on a different type of time now, especially now. So it's like, be careful what you wish for too, because a lot of people just want they want it for ego or for the wrong reason, stuff like that. But you don't know what you're getting yourself into, nigga. Because like when you have to start dealing with the government, you have to start really dealing with the devil and his actual higher up powers. People cannot handle it, bro. And it's different, bro. And there's people in this world that's way evil. And if you haven't experienced that yet, you're not going to be able to handle it, bro, when it's time to go in front of these people, in front of evil ass people where I'm death to be able to stand strong and beat on you. And the only way you're going to do is by having God knowing who you are. Like, that's it, bro. That's the same way with life in the world, but it's just different there because that's the source. So it's the point. It's just to like, yo, stop focusing on sexual immorality. Stop sinning. Focus on God. It's not that serious. It's actually better. It'll show you how to live life better. It's better conversations, better things to do, better things to live by, better things to experience. It's just all that. It's just the devil makes the thing so like easy. Look, it makes it so easy and accessible, and it makes you the temporary feeling feel so good that it gets addicting. That's all it is. Same thing with nutting, same thing with smoking, like same thing with just some people lying, same thing with just eating too much. Oh, that's one thing I was gonna say about with food. Food and sex is the two things that pushing the most, because like food, we're not supposed to even be eating like, all right, we're all probably, I'm probably gonna go eat some meat, like pause, like when I go home, some oxtail or whatever. But like, we're not even supposed to be, meat was supposed to be like a thing like for birthdays and Christmas, according to the Bible, stuff like that, whatever. You're not really supposed to eat all day, but the more you eat, because you come overweight, and that's why they want people to be fat, because the more you come overweight, because your soul, because think about it, your soul is here. You know what I'm saying? That's how you hear God, you do what you do. But when you get full, you're extending you're pushing your soul back, so you can't hear God. So that's why they push people to eat so much. That's why they push people, and sex is the only one sin. Sexual immorality, not just sex, because lusting after people, it's adultery, all the other stuff, lust, all that other stuff. But those two things, that's the one sin against your own body. So that's the two things they push the most. Because you know, most people, blasphemy is the one unforgivable sin, but most people are not gonna talk bad about God or denounce God. You know what I'm trying to say? But they push the other two things that's gonna certify your spot in hell. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like you have to just be mindful. You just have to understand that. Once again, like my motto on tatted on my neck and the whole business, nigga, it's not that serious. You just have to just remember that, just understand, like, take whatever you got right now, your experience of your life, everything you got, and just remember it's just not that serious to do it anymore. And then when you just understand it, you just start piecing everything together. You're just like, yo, it's not that serious. And then now you're doing mad different things. Now you're way happier, you're doing more things, this, that, and third. You can share different. You start seeing how everybody's actually the same. You start seeing and understanding, like, nah, like, this is different. Like, you might even see like how you might even see other people that you love that was kind of drifting from God. Because I even had family like that, you know what I'm saying? They were saved, brought up in church all damn day, but because they're getting older, they start drifting away from God because they start getting more annoyed. You know what I'm saying? That's why in the Bible it says, don't despise your parents as they get old, because they're going to get annoying, they're going to get whatever. But then they don't realize that they were so jumpity about God when they were younger and stuff like that. But now, because of life and stress, it's keeping them down. They're sort of straying. So you start seeing that, so now you know how to pick it back up. So you have to be there, because they had their support, but now they need support. That's the whole point, because it's hard, but life is a test. Would you rather go through a little hardness and then still have a great time and be in the most positive, best place forever, eternity, or do what the hell you want, still be depressed, suffering, all that stuff, and then suffer for eternity? Like, it doesn't make sense, bro. And then now it's only different now because everything they're throwing in your face. Now I'm telling you, social media, YouTube videos, people just watch. Like, you see, it's just gonna be more and more, especially with pedophilia, the gay community, sin, sex, murder, just sin, like symbolism, rituals. That's where you really start paying attention to. Just research rituals and stuff like that now. Let's again, one thing I want to say again about music. Even music, that's one thing. I love music. Music's like my happy place, you feel me? Like, It don't matter what I'm feeling. I can listen to music all day. But then, but you have to understand, think about like, real, then you have to, when you gain your knowledge, you understand that like, think about back then when, mermaids, it's one example, mermaids, right? I explained a little earlier, mermaids, they use voices and they use sound to like lure people in. It's the melody and stuff. That's what, so when people say, be careful of the music you listen to, it's not just the message in the music. It's literally the melody in it. So think about concerts. So imagine you got a Satan worshiper person, right? And the melody in the song is like basically cursing at God. And you got a whole concert and you don't think nothing wrong with it. But now that you're singing it too, you got a whole stadium of people screaming to the heavens, cursing at God. Because one of God's best ways to praise him, one of God's favorite ways to praise him is by songs. That's why you feel it. And when people sing a lot, they sing and they're at concert, they're feeling the music, they love it. And think about even with the gangsters or whatever the heck, or whatever music, female music, people are feeling what they're really saying. And when they're just in a hype mode, you're feeling this, you're pushing that, whatever the freak. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the point. So if you're listening to it, we all have to be careful, but stop mimicking it, stop repeating it, stop really going to concert unless it's better. But that's why also too why I do everything when it comes to music. I make music that we love, but I make it with actual knowledge and like, you know what I'm trying to say? We just need music that we love right now and how it sounds, but just with better messages. That's all it really is. But the reason they don't is because it's an agenda. So that's really all it is. And then when it comes to anything else, I don't know. I'm gonna end it with this now. You know, I'm gonna leave it off this. Just remember, let's again about everything you can't see. Everything you can't see is look up videos about the spiritual world. Remember, we're in human form, and we can't see the stuff going on. Like if you could, like think about it. If we could actually see it to the spiritual world, which now, like I said before, now because between social media, people, all these other things, everything going on, nobody can deny the devil's not real. If anything, more people believe the devil's real off rip now, right? So if you know the devil's real, you know God's real. So think about if you could actually come outside and see the energy, see the demons that's flying around, attached to people, you would be scared, but you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know. And in the Bible it says heaven is in the stars. You know what I'm saying? So when you look up in the sky, you are looking at heaven. It's just you can't see it. So when it's time for Jesus to eventually come back and take his earth, the sky it's right there. Like when you like think about it, angels are really just sitting there looking at us like this, bro. You just can't see it. That's the point. But you feel it. That's the point. And he just wants us to feel, because this doesn't go with you into heaven. Flesh does it, it's just your soul, and that's what it is, just for you to feel it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand it's a deeper thing. And then when you think back in their times and how it was, it's a very serious, powerful thing. That's why back then, before technology, people were witches or they seen more spiritual. That's why they could talk about those things more, because without the cameras and all these things, people were seeing way more things between ghosts, spirits. They were summoning them and all this other stuff because it was a different time. It wasn't as exposed as it is like now. So they were doing a whole, so it was like people that were evil were super evil, and people that knew God, like really knew God, you know what I'm saying? But because of social media, I think they put in our brain and the signals between the phones and us, and it's keeping you depressed and all that other stuff, all it is to always keep your energy down. Remember, the law of attraction, so always keep your energy high, always positive, always high. And as you keep your energy high and positive and you focus on God, you get what you need from God. If you keep your energy high and positive and you focus on sinning and bad things, you're getting blessings from the devil. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why at the end of the day, no matter what, either way, you're always supposed to keep your mind positive and your energy high, literally. But at the end of the day, that's where it gets powerful, because now you're gonna attract everything you want and everything you need, law of attraction. But you're either getting it from the devil or God. You know what I'm saying? And you can't. And don't lie to yourself, nigga. If you know you're sinning, you're doing wrong, you could be hoping for that bread or whatever the heck or whatever, and you can get it, and you'll be like, oh yeah, God's on my side. No, you're doing wrong. The devil blessed it with you to keep you moving and keep you think you're doing what you're doing, everything is cool and not worried about it until he hits you later with it, or it's time to go down. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's why it's also too sexual immorality. It's that they push it so much when it's not that serious, nigga. Like it's like, yo, just get you. If you don't have feelings for that person, it really does not matter, bro. It's like at the end of the feeling is lit. You're only addicted to the nutting feeling, men and women. It's nothing more than that for real. You know what I'm saying? It's lit and it's cool and you like it, titties and ass and nice bodies. That shit is lit and it's lit. And all that, of course, obviously, but after you're done, it's like, who the fuck cares? You know what I'm saying? And when you have feelings, you actually like them, you want to keep talking to them. And then the point of it, why God says, you're not supposed to focus on sex at all, but if you do, get married, because when you release, basically what your semen and what that is think about your spirit is dripping the life, and it comes out. So when you have your wife and that soul tie, when you release it, your wife basically energy basically replenishes you. So that's why they say don't jerk off either. Because when you jerk off, that's considered selfish because you're just wasting it, not doing nothing with it. You feel me? So like it's supposed to be a replenishing act to keep yourself fulfilled and keep yourself flowing. So start thinking of the deeper picture. Stop watching people. Stop doing that. That's why once again it's not that serious. That's why I preach to people. It's not that serious, the motto, and it means be unique, be yourself. Don't worry about the next person. Don't worry about what the next person thinks about you, because it does not matter, nigga. Like it literally does not. Like let it be. Keep it a positive emotion and cool. And then it's gonna be hard because people are weird and annoying and just like, it's like, yeah, you might want to try to help them, but then they're just stuck in their ways. And it's like, it is what it is. But it's like, as soon as you leave and you go back to being good, you're good again. Don't let it linger within you. Don't let it, and then, because at the end of the day, people always contradict themselves. But when you know the truth, you know the knowledge, you do what you do, people always, even if it be right now, they'll do what they do. 2 days from now, they probably know better, but you'll never know. But you were upset about it, but then they change later. Like, people always contradict themselves, bro, especially when they're not following the right way. So it's like you might want them to change right then and there for some reason, for your satisfaction. Or maybe God purposely didn't let them do it then because you know he was doing it for your satisfaction. But people will everybody can never deny it. You know what I'm saying? It's just now, it's just different because they're literally throwing everything in our freaking face now because we're so deep within it that we can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? If we all can decide to come together and do whatever, bro, the higher ups will never allow none of that ever again. Now, so now the only thing you got now for real is to solidify your spot and just keep it moving. Just try to do better. Of course, keep doing better, but just, if you gotta work, go to work. But at the end of the day, just trust in God to where maybe you don't have to work so much. If you have something else, just focus on what you really want to do. Just focus on your main purpose or talent or whatever. But then after that, you gotta just realize how can you use this? How can you use this to spread the word, show God's light through you? How can you use this in whatever ways you know? And then keep living your life. But then as you trust God, you don't have to stress about working so much because you know he'll provide for you. Things will be on time, but just live amongst your means. Stop trying to do above and beyond. You know what I'm trying to say? Because at the end of the day, like I said, and because I'll say it, and there's a lot of celebs that say it, more people are saying at the end of the day, if you think a lot of money will make you happy, you've never had a lot of money. You know what I'm trying to say? At the end of the day, there could be people around you that have it, but God told them specifically you're not using it until you do certain points. You know what I'm saying? So it's to teach you a lot of other things. So like stop, just worry about who worries about you and love who loves you, but have love for everybody. Don't hate nobody, don't dislike. Just have love for everybody, just go at everybody with love. There still will be evil people, there still will be annoying people, there still will be people that do wrong, there still will be people that will get you pissed. But it's all about the end of the day, full, you know what I mean? The full aspect of it. So, yeah. So I think y'all, I'm done. I'm actually tired. I'm ready to go drink some juice, eat some oxtail, all that. I'm out of here. I don't know. I'm about to be, whenever I feel like doing this, I'm gonna do this. I have places to be, nigga. I got over there, stop and go. I like my certain spots. Like, I don't know where I feel like it. But this is just another thing I do. If I feel like streaming, I'll stream. I'm typing my phone down, so when I post this on YouTube, I'm gonna combine that clip and this clip. And then, and then now I can, that's work. And then when I go do what I do now, I can go do something else. You know what I'm saying? Go do something fun, go do something different, enhance, like, you know what I'm saying? Just pay attention to the videos. Yeah. So, remember the motto, it's not that serious. Be unique, be yourself. Don't worry about the next person. Don't worry about the next person thinking about you. Remember, it's not that serious. Just stay focused on a bigger message. It's deep, it's serious. And just stay positive, nigga. Just find your purpose, know yourself, grow deeper, elevate the knowledge, and just seek it. You know what I'm saying? Stop being a hypocrite. Stop being dumb. Just seek it and generally try to, and you deadass will find it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you will find God, you will find what you answered, you will find what you need. And then when it comes to people, just understand people are people. At the same time, they're either not gonna care at all, or they'll just be on their own wave, and like, it doesn't matter either way. You know what I'm saying? Either way, it really doesn't matter. It's just, people will be people. You don't know where people are at in their lives. You don't know what people are doing, what they're thinking, their intentions. You don't know nothing. So it's just spread love, be you, be cool, make sure your life is cool. And that's all you can do. After that, it's like, what? Like, why would you be upset? If you know you're wavy and you're lit and you got money, you got this, you can do all these things, you got girls, you're strong, and whatever all these benefits are, men and women, why would you ever let another person even lessen that for you a little bit? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, what would be the point? Because as soon as you leave, there's always gonna be somebody that's better, or that can relate more. There's so many more to like that need it or want to, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, simple as that. So yeah, I'm off this. I need some freaking juice, and I'm out. Love y'all.
A lot of y'all here confused by saying, real one nigga, you know how I'm fitted. Yankee fitted on me, you know when I'm dealing. Positive, the weapon I'm wielding. You should be me hiding the ceiling.